Attention! We do accept super chats and memberships. All money earned goes directly back into the channel to allow for more giveaway prizes and perks for our viewers and listeners. The cost of running shows like this can be expensive and timely, but we do it for you. If you can help support the channel, we greatly appreciate it. But if you can't, all we ask is you use your social media to support and share that way. We love you and thank you in advance. We would also like to thank our channel members. We have Saggy Melons, Benson's, Resident Justice, Prakash Swain, DC Talk with Extended, That One Carlos, Caden Reed, Nick Carr, John Rodell, Justin Hines, Billy Robert, Adam Silvestri, Kiki Sphincter, Sean Adame, Nick DePalma, Roblox Marvel Ultimate, and Rhea. And remember, be respectful. It's starting to look a lot like Christmas. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and genders all across the spectrum, to today's episode of JIVIN With Jack. If you notice, there is a lot of news, but we're mainly going to be talking about one thing and one thing only. The Russian buildup of troops near the Ukraine. No, I'm just kidding. We are going to be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home, avoiding spoilers, and why I, despite the 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, am still kind of skeptical on whether this movie will deliver or not. I'm not going to say it's going to be bad. Wow, my computer disagrees with me. I'm not saying it's going to be bad. It will be good. It may even be great. But will it be what the Marvel Cinematic Universe needs right now, which is a big win? Except for Shang-Chi, I personally have not been blown away by that much. I thought Loki was probably the best TV show. Hawkeye, I'm enjoying just because, well, I kind of have the bar low for Marvel Disney shows. They're not that great. They're not bad. They're not that great. They're okay. They're not as good as stuff being offered by Netflix, Hulu, Showtime, HBO Max, so on and so forth. But I really want to get into this because a couple of things happened this week. I rewatched Far From Home, and then I watched 90 minutes of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I had not done yet. And it helped form my expectations for Spider-Man No Way Home. By the way, are we going to call this the Home Trilogy? I don't know. That's why I always need my co-host, Austin Lean, 316. Come on in.
Yeah. Let's
hey.
Go. Wait, let me do. I forgot. Since it's Spider-Man week, let me give you the Yeah. All right. What's up, guys? What is up? Let's go. I like how he just disappeared. What is up, everybody? Welcome to JIVIN With Jack. I guess I'm now Jack, and I'm taking over. I honestly don't know what happened, so I'm
I just got a coughing and sneezing fit.
Oh, God bless. Are you okay?
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Do you have? Is it? You know what it is for me? I'll tell you what, Jack. I get the allergies this time of year. I get that seasonal. Especially in Vegas, we have very bipolar weather, like myself, and so it just fluctuates. It's cold, one day in the winter, like today, it's raining and cold and stuff. Tomorrow it might be 70 degrees. I don't know. That's Vegas. But for me, I get like a seasonal week.
Yeah, I mean, it's been cold here, and then one day it was just like 65 degrees, like which is warm for us. And I'm like, okay, and the next day
it's climate change, people. Yeah.
Oh my God! I was like so amped for the show, and now like I have tears coming out of my eyes.
You know what?
My computer and then my lamp just spazzes.
I do that to people. I do that to people. I'm sorry. I'm just that good looking. But no,
maybe it's my pomade I used today. I was like, maybe I'm allergic to it or something. No, I'm not allergic to it. I have hives all over my very large forehead. But let's say hi to everyone real quick. Yes, avoid the Variety one. I have not read it, but I know that Variety has a tendency to spoil things. So, folks, if you haven't read it, first of all, don't read the reviews for this. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Even when they say non-spoilers, they will reveal something. You know, and it might be like, oh, there was a great moment when X did Y to Z, and we're like, oh, come on. You know, I would say avoid the reviews. Avoid the reviews.
So you want? Okay, I'll be honest with you guys. Let me level with all you guys on Jiving with Jack. Let me. I'll be real here. I'll be honest. And I love how I have the same thing because Caden changes our pictures. You know, like little avatar things all the time, and so you now scream. Oh
no, I did that because mine was Ty. I thought Ty changed it.
Oh my gosh!
I changed it back.
But now, look. Let me tell you something, man. Last night I read everything.
Really?
I know it all. I have screenshots. I got links. I got videos. I got it all. And let me tell you. I am so excited to watch this movie.
I know you've explained this to me before, but
hold on. I gotta address this. Austin looks like any typical hipster I've ever seen. First of all, my friend, if you didn't know, I totally am a hipster and a stoner, and I smoked a ton of weed before this. So yeah, I definitely that is the goal.
And I am the opposite of that. I was at the
Jack
gym.
is a professional. Jack is a professional, good-looking, stand-up, moral citizen who goes to the gym and does not do such things. Austin, has your friend escaped from the secret? Your shelves are looking very level today. You know, I'll tell you what it is, Benson. It's this here. I'll show you. I won't. It's the literal table that I have. It sinks. I'm getting myself my Christmas present to myself is a new table with a nice little stand to put the computer on.
That's why I bought this chair. I'm not sitting on cushions anymore. Poor Benson. Oh, my bag's right there, Benson.
I know. There. That's my Christmas to myself is to get a table that looks like it's level because it is level. It is level. I swear to God, it is level. RJ, what's up, my guy? Hey, RJ is in Las. I know I'm gonna kind of take over here, but shameless plug.
Fine, do your thing.
But hey, guys, RJ is in Las Vegas. We are seeing No Way Home together with Bradley, Compatible Gaming and Cinema, with William from the Sci-Fi Center, who's a good friend of this channel. Mm-hmm. And so Thursday night, baby, we are covering that movie like white on rice. Little Big City will be going live before we see the movie at 8:30 or at 8 o'clock from Galaxy, me, RJ, all of that. It is actually I'm glad somebody asked that because I was telling Jack about this. So for those of you who know, because I've kind of put it on Twitter or whatever or mentioned it, my best friend that passed away, he was unfortunately murdered a couple years ago. This was like one of the last things that he would always give me stuff. He was always like, I remember, because he's always had a little bit more money than me. I remember we went to California once and he literally took me shopping to Burlington Coat Factory. It was like, get whatever you want for the trip and all this stuff. But this was a gift from him, and it's kind of around the time that he passed away and stuff. And so I've just been kind of wearing it in his honor.
Well, it says something I wish I could say on this show, but I can't. Otherwise, we're going to get further demonetized or kicked off.
Right. I can't. We can't say it. But here, we'll just see if you can. We'll give it a little view there, and if you can, I know it's probably messed up because of the camera, but yeah, no. So, anyways,
our viewers don't know how to read. It's all right, guys. I'm just joking. I love you.
But yeah, so Thursday night, Little Big City will be live for the pre-show, and then Resident Justice will be live for the after show. Our reactions, our reviews. Everything live from Galaxy Theaters here in Las Vegas. It's gonna be a lot of fun. He also gave me the Mickey Mouse. In fact, Benson, the Mickey Mouse hat was from when we went to the Burlington Coat Factory. He that was one of the things that.
I'm gonna address it. Ty made that one. It reminds you of McDonald's, doesn't it? Our thumbnail for today reminds you of McDonald's.
I know. But yeah, so lots of cool stuff. Definitely tune into Resident Justice and Little Big City this week because we are, like I said, we're covering this movie hard. But it's gonna be a lot of fun. We
usually do ours on Friday, so we work with this. We work with
Showcase, yes,
Showcase Cinemas Deluxe.
Because you totally
we're actually gonna do ours on Saturday just because we've often found that a lot of people won't watch it because like they haven't seen the movie yet. So we're doing ours on Saturday. So Ty's gonna be down there. They've actually upped the ante. They're giving us a router. They're giving us a lot of stuff to work with. So Ty's going to be there live Saturday. I think he's going to see the movie well before then, though. In fact, he's probably going to see it tomorrow night. I'm seeing it Friday afternoon, taking the whole family. We're going to go have a nice lunch, and then we're going to see a 2:00 matinee.
Oh, there you go.
IMAX, or should I say X Plus? Wink.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, well, I'm seeing it. So I'm seeing it Thursday night. And Benson's. You know what? I'll send some videos to Caden. Maybe Caden can upload some stuff because I would love that. And his mom watches and stuff. And I'm very close with his mom, and she would love to see that on here. Rhea, it's so great to see Rhea, guys. Rhea is one of the
Jeffrey Ford, the guy who edited the movie, is going to be on Saturday. So, folks, that's gonna be really, really cool. The guy who edited the movie. So you're gonna want to be there, especially if you've seen it, to ask questions about like editing and like what's it like being part of a big movie, which is probably gonna be right now the biggest movie so far this year, box office wise, has been F9, and I think this is gonna blow F9 out of the water.
That's wild.
But the great, and it'll be interesting because I know some people are gonna say, well, Spider-Man came out in mid-December and a lot of the money was made early January, but I think it's gonna make a lot of money in the next 1, 2, 3 weeks.
Right. Ty, I'm seeing the movie tomorrow, and our coverage will be with editor. Ty's seeing the movie on Wednesday? Ty, you're seeing the movie on Wednesday?
Oh, shoot. Today's Tuesday. So I said tomorrow. So he might be seeing it Wednesday night. You never know.
The movie doesn't come out.
Might be giving us a little something.
Could be. Yeah. That would be pretty cool. Let's see. Jeff wouldn't do it earlier because MSK, what's up? Good to see you, MSK. Always tune into MSK. He's got some fun stuff going on over there. But yeah, Benson's. I'll send Caden some stuff, and maybe Caden can put it in before the end of the show. I'll talk a little bit more about him. But yeah, no. Lots of fun stuff. Definitely going down this weekend. Pop Culture Corner for the weekend with Jeffrey Ford. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be fun too because you'll have him. I mean, I would just warn people, but I would be talking spoilers with that guy for sure.
I think that's why we're doing it on Saturday.
Yeah, which is good.
We want to give it like a day or so.
Yeah. So Ty, actually, that reminds me. I got invited to my friend.
So Ty got to see an employee screening.
Right, employees get to see the movie. Usually, like big movies like this one, they let them see either a night or 2 nights before. I saw Endgame because my friend works at a theater. I saw Endgame 2 nights early.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, because you got to think, man, these poor guys are working the theater. They're gonna hear everybody's gonna be coming out and be like, "Did you see Spider-Man get obliterated and doing all this?" And so they're probably that is super. I'm super happy that they do that for movie theater.
I went to use the bathroom about 5 minutes before BVS started, and there were a couple of teens in the bathroom like, "I can't." So your man is dead. I'm like,
"Oh no!" You were like, "Are you serious?"
Because I know Doomsday was going to be in it, but I'm like, they might not go that direction, They might
I didn't think they would tell that story that early,
but yeah. So listen, I remember I told you I hadn't seen The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's the only one I hadn't seen.
Yes,
I just didn't care about it.
Which is one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. I've been arguing.
Well, here's the thing. I only was able to watch
some people last night about it. Actually,
I really, really, really so far am enjoying the hell out of it.
That's right, you are. Damn it,
Andrew. In costume, I don't know if it's the writer, feels more like Spider-Man. Like he says more jokes. Like he's not, he's supposed to be quippy. Marvel, like everyone else is not supposed to be quippy. Not every character like the Winter Soldier is supposed to be quippy. He is supposed to be quippy, so it works because he's a teenager. His relationship with Emma Stone, I am sold. I bought into the drama. I felt emotional during it.
Oh, preach, Jack.
really good.
Amen.
Like, I'm into it. I was like, oh man, I hope these two end up together. You know what's going to happen. You buy the drama. I like the fact that Aunt May is taking night classes to become a nurse so she can afford to pay the bills. I like
and
that.
Aunt May is the flying nun, baby. Let's go.
Like, what the hell is this? And by the way, he actually swings in Manhattan. We still haven't gotten there yet. I'm hoping in this one we get to see him swing well, but the swinging is phenomenal. It's actually better than the Raimi films, at least from what I've seen so far.
I love that. I think it's the opening scene of 2 where he's he's flying down
and everything.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
There's actual danger. There's actual danger. So juxtapose that with Zendaya and Tom Holland, who are both phenomenal. I rewatched Far From Home, and I didn't really buy into why he likes her. I understood why he liked Liz, because the whole movie's about him wanting to go homecoming with Liz. But all of a sudden, he's like, yeah.
But this MJ is kind of a jerk to him. Yeah.
He is. So Liz would have made a better MJ than Zendaya, because that was like the girl, the popular girl that everyone loves, and I'm too nerdy not to get. I understood that. She's kind of a jerk. She doesn't really seem that impressed that he's Spider-Man. And then, like, I'm watching the scene. So there's a scene where we first see Electro in The Amazing Spider-Man, right? In fact, you know what, Caden, I think I spent all day uploading photos yesterday. I don't know if I can find that Electro. But Electro is attacking Times Square. And there's a sense of danger. And then you this is it. So then you juxtapose that with when London Bridge is being attacked by Mysterio, and they're making jokes. They're talking about how it reminds them of Voltron. He's no, you're thinking of Voltron, not the Transformers, like, you know. But like in this one, he felt like a hero. The people felt like they were in danger. And also Harry Osborn in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, that is what my hair looks like when I don't have product in it. It's just flat and like down. Okay, but so far, again, I'm 7 years late to the party. I haven't watched the last part of it, but the way I heard it, it was almost like, oh my God, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is one of the worst movies. And I'm watching it, I'm like, when does this get bad? Are there issues with some of the dialogue, like with Electro? Like, yeah, it was a little too much. But dude, that Harry Osborn, there's something sinister about him. Like, even just looking at him, James Franco didn't have that.
Now look, I will say
I haven't finished it.
I'll say this, right? Because look, I am one that, as much as I love that movie, and I don't know why, man. I grew up on the Amazing Spider-Man comics and the Ultimate, Spider-Man and all that stuff. And for me, those movies, both of them, they just feel like those comics come to life in the best ways. There are moments, sure, that the dialogue doesn't translate, that they try and do some stuff that's like, okay. The sequel, I can understand people. I understand too, right? Jamie Foxx's motivations are a little, kind of
like I thought he loved me,
They're right. They're a little wonky, but I mean, for me, man, I can look past that, because once he becomes Electro,
he's great. Let me ask you this: was Harry in the first movie? I haven't seen the first movie since 2012. Okay,
no,
but like the first time Harry and Peter meet in the foyer of their mansion, I bought that they were friends. The way they were joking, the dialogue was better written,
and I bought that whole thing that they haven't. These are not just friends; they're long lost friends. They haven't seen each other. There was something emotional that happened, that they were separated. And to see that it goes from that, and I love how it starts to, wow. I see you, Enosh. I see you, Enosh. What's wrong with it? It's the same reason that RJ loves you. Look, first of all, I told you about RJ and I's secret romance and confidence. So the fact that you'd out me like this on my own damn show, Enosh, I see you.
Your own damn show.
JIVIN
With Jack,
the co-host of a show that I'm very involved in.
You know what makes me laugh? I feel kind of guilty about this, but when we first suggested the show, you said, would you be against? You said this. We read JIVIN With Jack, and then with Austin. I'm like, that's a great idea. I'm like, I hope he forgets that. And that's my own ego. I was like, I hope he forgets that. He asked me that.
Well,
and I'm like, oh, man, graphics. Shucks.
I had what my idea was that literally in like, TM letters, it would be with Austin. Like, it would never actually
In
be
parentheses,
addressed. Right. It would never actually be
I know.
addressed like it just
It was
shows Driving with
ego,
Jack,
I was
but it would be like just very tiny in the bottom, like,
It's like when my elderly aunt's like, "Can you come help me move on Friday?" I'm like, "Sure."
But no, I understand. Paul's name isn't on Lean On Me, so I totally understand. I do. I get you.
It is as much because you and I both pitched this show.
Right.
You and I.
Well,
you
and I. Oh, sorry, my bad. I was looking.
But yeah, now I'm kind of. I still have about an hour left, and look, the third act could be bad. I don't know if it might be, but once Electro becomes Electro, I also saw why Todd McFarlane wants him to be Spawn. They did something with his voice, and he sounds really scary. Jamie Foxx.
Right. And they're doing that. Thankfully, they're bringing that back a little bit.
I hope so. He's good. Harry Osborn, I loved him. And Emma Stone is just her and him together. There's a great moment. It is so CW Hallmark, but it works because the writing works.
And it works because it's Spider-Man. That has to be made clear. Spider-Man is one of those rare characters that can, like, we talk a lot about comics don't translate to screen all the time.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is one of those rare characters where, if done right, the campiness, the corniness, all that's Spider-Man. The quippiness, that is the character.
It was actually a beautiful moment. It's after they broke up and she wants to see him. And he's walking down the street and he stops, he sees her, and he just walks through traffic.
And he sees
her. And then they lock eyes, and they both can't help but smiling, even though they're technically kind of mad at each other. Mm-hmm. And again, this is the type of stuff I really don't see in the MCU too much. That's why I talk about when I say I need a little bit of sex. I'm not talking about like, this. I'm talking about a little bit of romance, some tension.
We didn't even see this with Kristen and Toby.
No, they had no
this type of chemistry, No.
And maybe you could say Gamora and Star-Lord, it's more of a will they, won't they? And then all of a sudden Infinity War, they're already together. I'm like, when do they get together? Do they get together in Guardians 2? But like, you kind of miss that moment.
Right.
And you don't really see them again together because even at the end of Endgame, this Gamora hasn't met this Star-Lord. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's in Netflix's Daredevil with Matt Murdock and Elektra. Not Elektra, the other girl. The one, Karen. The one who loves him. The one who's his secretary. But, he's got the bad girl over here, with the darker skin. And they had that kind of tension. And I loved it. It was very, puppy dog love, but it works. And I'm like, there's none of that in between MJ and Peter in.
I will say I did I enjoyed the Black Dahlia scene. Is that what he gets her?
Yeah,
I enjoyed that, and it was kind of done well, and I enjoyed the reveal too when she finds out that he's Spider-Man. It becomes the relationship shifts in that moment. Once he confirms with her that he's Spider-Man, she loosens up a bit, and she's kind of like, "Yeah, I've been stalking you. I think you're cute, and all this other stuff, and blah blah blah."
But again, that came out of nowhere because nowhere in the first movie.
Sure.
I mean,
no. There is, you know what? I just rewatched Homecoming this week in preparation for this movie. Those of you that know me know I'm not a fan of Homecoming. Homecoming is probably one of my least favorite Spider-Man movies. That's a personal opinion. I'm not trying to say overall it's one of the worst Spider-Man movies. It's probably not. Just to me, it's not my cup of tea. It's not for me. I don't enjoy Tom Holland in that movie. He's incredibly annoying. That whole sequence, dude, in the opening of the movie where he's going through Civil War and freaking out and filming himself on the camera. And I was like, this is not Peter Parker in any iteration of the comics that I've read. Again, I haven't read Marvel Comics in probably 12 years. But, I mean, look, for me, I just, Homecoming does allude to a couple things like, he says something in one of the scenes and she quips back and she's like, "Yeah, don't you guys know he's been doing this?" And everybody's like, "What?" And she responds with, "I'm not obsessed with him or anything. I'm just observing." So there are things in Homecoming
that kind of like at that moment I was just like, okay, she's just weird. I wasn't
in that moment, but it falls through in Far From Home. I do enjoy Far From Home.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 has humor in it, but it's not every goddamn conversation,
RJ says.
Well, one thing I think a Holland Spider-Man lacks is guilt, because guilt is a big part of who Peter is. You know, in the Raimi ones, the guilt of letting Uncle Ben die. In 2, that carries through, but there's guilt.
Tragedy and trauma.
Yeah, tragedy and trauma. And in this one, you know, there's the guilt of, especially in the second one, that, okay, what happened to my parents? And Aunt May starts crying. She doesn't want to tell him what she was told by the government, that he ran off to help a traitor. He became a traitor or something like that. And, you know, it's emotional and you're into it. And, you know, Oscorp as a company is really scary. They just delete all the information on Electro, the employee. I forgot what his name is, Max. And, you know, it's kind of an evil place. That Norman Osborn is scary as a Chris Cooper. And again, there's no blood or violence, but it drives home that these are very big threats. And then when I watched Far From Home, Mysterio just didn't scare me or worry me for Peter's safety. Yeah, there's the big reveal spoiler that he tells everyone, but that happens literally in a post-credit scene. That should have been the end of the movie.
I like the Mysterio stuff.
Sure. I mean, I wasn't afraid for Peter because of him. Like, the only cool sequence is when he get hit by the train, but then he's fine, you know. Right. All right, I'm going to go after Peter's friends. I'm like, they'll be fine. Like, Amazing Spider-Man 2, if I recall, Gwen Stacy dies at the end of this, right? Just like in the comics.
Yes, she does. Yes,
she does. Yeah, and I guess
spoiler.
Spoiler. Gwen Stacy dies, unlike Spider-Man 3, where she's just there. But you know, I going into this one, I know the reviews are glowing, and I have no doubt it's going to be a great movie. That being said, a lot of times, a lot of these early reviewers on Twitter who are checkmarked, they give very glowing reviews because they want to be invited back. And a great example of that is, I should have written this down, where the early reviewers for Rise of Skywalker, they were describing it like it was The Empire Strikes Back meets The Godfather Part 2.
Right, I remember that.
They were like, I'm shaking, I'm in tears. What a wonderful send-off. I'm emotional. I can't think. It was like a lot of that stuff. And then when you go watch, and I was like, okay, wow, this might be a good third film. And when I watched it, I'm like, what the hell happened? Like, what were they watching? I realized they want to be called back by Disney for the next Star Wars movie or the next premiere. So a lot of the reviews, early reviews from the blue checkmark people on Twitter are like, it is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. It's one of the most emotional movies I've ever seen. It's the best Spider-Man.
This one comes off
a lot of the same things. Like, they're trying to get like,
I will say, though, this one comes off a little bit different. I think, you know, because look, Rise of Skywalker took a turn. At the end of the day, that movie ended with a 58% rotten score. You know, so it was one of those. It was kind of like, remember Wonder Woman 1984? Yeah,
same thing. A lot of glowing early reviews.
Yeah. You know, I do want to address the comments as well really fast. Resonant Justice says, well, Sam Williams says, make sure and smash that like button. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate the love. And yes, please smash that like button. Share the show if you can. Let people know that we're live and talking all things Spider-Man. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. But the chemistry between, RJ says, the chemistry between Tobey Maguire and Kristen Dunst in Spider-Man 3 is as non-existent as the chances Ben Affleck returns as Batman. No, I'm kidding. Look, I really want Ben Affleck to return as Batman, but as far as this morning goes, it looks like that ain't happening.
What happened this morning?
Have you not?
I've been out all day. I worked on this show yesterday because I just want to talk Spider-Man. But what happened with Ben Affleck?
Well, Ben came out today and he was talking about basically his experiences over the last couple of years with some of the films. One of them being what was that film that he did? The Way Back. It came out right before COVID-19. Okay. And it's a small, low budget drama directed by the same guy that directed The Accountant.
Okay.
And it's a very personal film to Ben, but he talked about it really upset him seeing that people, and it upset him seeing that people didn't want to see that movie in theaters. They watched it on streaming. They watched it on HBO Max. They watched it.
And his new movie just got pushed to streaming too.
His new movie, just 2 of them. Yeah. The Tender Bar directed by George Clooney, is going to release on Amazon, and Deepwater is going to release on Hulu. You know, so he basically came out and he said, "I think I'm done with these IP franchises. I'm done with the theatrical release." He literally said, "The times are changing. You have to change with it. Television has become the main medium, and streaming is where it's at." And he said, "What matters most to me as a creator is that my stuff gets seen. I just want people to see it." He doesn't care about, and I totally, like, I couldn't agree more with that sentiment, man. As a creator, you just want people to see your stuff. Like, people that really are in love with the craft and all that, they don't care. You know, it's nice and it's so helpful, right? When the money comes in and when it does well and stuff. But at the end of the day, you just want people to see your stuff. You just want people to see you create and see your heart and passion poured out into that. And for Ben, he said, "My heart literally used to be in these types of things, and they're not anymore." That is the actual quote from Ben Affleck. You know, at the end of the day, guys, that's just, you know, that's just what it is. I loved his Ben Affleck, but you have to realize he didn't sign up to play Ben Affleck for years and years and years. I hope he plays Ben Affleck, considering he is that. But no, he didn't. He didn't sign up. He didn't sign up to play Batman. You know, forever. He signed up for Zack Snyder's five film story arc. Maybe possibly, you know, the chance to direct a solo film of his own that would connect and kind of be in the middle of all that was going on and explain,
and then get killed off.
Exactly, and then get killed off. That was always the plan. You know, he talks about why he took the role, but the story and his kids. It was a good time for his kids and all that and stuff. What's up, Bradley? What's up? How you doing? Let's see. Nick, good to see you, Nick. Let's see. I'm sorry. I swear it's nothing, like, it's not that I haven't wanted to or anything. My schedule has been stream, sleep, eat, repeat.
What are we looking at?
It's going to be this week, so I did not see Ty's video, unfortunately. I know, but Ben's comments changed my thoughts a little. But I think if Zach is attached, he'd come back in a heartbeat. Okay, yeah, that's a whole different story. Obviously, if Zach,
you haven't had that conversation about Zach coming back ever,
right? If Zach comes back, if Zach comes back, you know, I think that whole cast, you know, even Ray Fisher, they'd come back for him. They'd come back to tell that story because, again, that's what they.
I don't think it's on any of their radars right now. I don't think, like, Ben's thinking about it right now. I know there are rumors he might be in Batgirl, maybe. I don't know. But I don't think right now Batman's on his radar in the immediate future. Like, he's not like, oh, I hope I can get that role back. I think he himself has moved on. If Zach comes back and Zach asks him, then that's a whole other ballgame. Then it's like, all right, well, I get to, you know, and who knows, you know, if they say, hey, Ben, can you do an HBO Max series and we'll give you X amount of money to make whatever movies you want for HBO Max? Maybe. You know, but again, there's a lot of maybes. But okay, so it's interesting Ben said that.
Right. Yeah.
But so I know you've read the spoilers, but you also, I remember you said you read the spoilers for Eternals and thought that Eternals was going to be really, really good, and then you were like, it was all right.
I did like Eternals probably more than most people. I don't want to trigger some people who are in the chat, but I did enjoy Eternals. But also, I've talked about I would like to. The way that I saw Eternals was not my preferred viewing experience of the movie, and so I'm going to rewatch it when it's out on Disney Plus and kind of give it
soon. By the way, I think
it should be very next month. Next month.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it then. I'm not gonna lie. I saw House of Gucci. I saw West Side Story, which blew me away. By the way, how much I enjoyed it.
Boo!
Boo!
Boo! West Side Story and Steven Spielberg sucks.
Austin prefers when all the Puerto Ricans were played by white people.
Steven Spielberg sucks. No, you want a real musical from this movie? Go watch In the Heights. West Side Story is overdone, been remade. Go watch it. Watch the '60s version. It's just as good. Steven Spielberg is trash. His movie bombed.
I don't like musicals. I'm just saying I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Just remember this, people. Just remember this, people. A Steven Spielberg movie opened at $10 million this weekend. Steven Spielberg. And on top of it, no, shut it down, Jack. I don't want to hear it. And it's a musical that's well known, has been known for years, has a very good reputation. What went wrong?
Well, I think that's part of a larger conversation because how many non-big budget films have been doing well financially? House of Gucci's not doing well.
House of Gucci's doing better than West Side Story.
Yeah, possibly so. But I'm saying is I don't know if they really pushed that Spielberg was making it. Like aside from
they did.
Really?
They did.
I went to the theater. It was actually pretty surprisingly packed. Not like a Marvel movie packed, but it was pretty packed. People liked it. There were a lot of people, younger, older, who really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Did you see it?
Hell no, I'm never gonna see it.
Oh, okay, well then you don't know. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it.
I'm not saying it's look. I never said it wasn't a good movie. If you notice, I'm not saying it's not a good movie because I've heard the reviews that these are the best. These are some of the best Steven Spielberg's reviews he's gotten in 25 years. People, I know. I hear
Bridge of Spies, Lincoln.
Lincoln, Lincoln! Oh my God!
Lincoln is a phenomenal movie.
Lincoln is hot garbage from the guy that gave me Saving Private Ryan and all of these other great historical films, Schindler's List. He gave me You're gonna pit Jack. You're already getting me red. He gave me 2 hours of old men screaming at each other when he had the entire freaking Civil War to work with. F you, Steven Spielberg.
Hold on. That's the point of the movie is about how the 13th Amendment to end slavery was passed. It was passed because of that.
Boring. I've heard you couldn't. This is Steven Spielberg.
Every 10 seconds to hold your attention. You're what's wrong with cinema. You need stuff blown up in 10 minutes. You need stuff blown up. You couldn't handle great political dialogue. Come on. Those scenes are phenomenal.
Oh, man, yeah, they were so good. They put me right to sleep, man. I put that movie on every time I have insomnia and really need to get some rest.
The document that ended slavery, that's how it was passed. It was, go see Lincoln, folks. Learn about the American political process and how evil
honestly,
it is.
A documentary from the History Channel on Abraham Lincoln is more interesting than the film that Steven Spielberg made.
History Channel is awful.
I'll take that movie is terrible. I'll give you this
all the time. It's one of my favorite films.
Hate it. I'll give you this though. Ready Player One, great movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I actually enjoyed that.
Great.
Got good reviews, right? Yeah,
great movie.
I thought it was a good movie.
It's not a Jiving with Jack if Jack and Austin don't bicker. So don't.
Yeah, exactly. That's just the whole thing. But
we're like an age
married. School was like 1975 or something.
Okay, so Benson, my argument.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. My argument is Steven Spielberg in the 70s, 80s, and 90s was a pioneer of cinema. He was like, shut up, Bradley. You haven't even seen West Side Story, so just shut up, all right? You just want. All right. Listen.
But let's say this: like, is there really much you can really pioneer with film these days? I mean, aside from whatever Cameron's
every time James Cameron makes a movie, he pioneers cinema.
Well, like, okay, Avatar 2, 3, 4. Like,
but you're also not oversaturated with James Cameron content.
Yeah,
you've been oversaturated with Steven Spielberg content.
Sorry, I'm putting out another fire. But I'm sitting down. I can't shut up. Yeah, see, I agree with this. West Side Story did impress me more than Avatar. But again, I'm not into musicals. But I enjoyed the movie. I didn't know that song. I Feel Pretty, I Feel Witty and Gay was from that movie. I know the song, but yeah. Well, Jurassic Park again. Did you ever see? Did you see the Netflix special about Jurassic Park? Do you know that up until the last moment they were going to use stop motion animation until a couple of guys made a CGI T-Rex and Spielberg's like, "Yep, we're going to do that instead."
First of all,
Never
I
do
just want to
everything
say
stop motion
I'm
animation.
so sorry for derailing your Spider-Man stream to this.
That's fine. We're gonna go back to Spider-Man. But the whole show is probably gonna be Spider-Man. I
I'm
still have
so
a lot
sorry.
to say about Spider-Man.
Obviously, if you can't tell, and look, it's just I'm one of those people, man, that it's like, you know, I think Steven Spielberg in his age and stuff, he just lost his touch for me. He's gone on to make very generic and bland films. I'm not saying they're bad movies. Some of them are, though. The BFG, what the fuck was that?
Did you also do the Tintin movie, Adventure of Tintin?
Yeah, what the? Yeah.
It's a shame because the cartoon Adventure of Tintin was actually pretty good. I don't know if you ever saw it. It kind of went under the. It's on HBO Max, I think, but it was a pretty good cartoon and comic.
War Horse had a little bit of my interest. You know, look, are the Avatar movies story-wise, you know, the greatest things to ever come
There's only
out?
one movie at the moment.
Yeah, and as far as the first one, no, it's not. It's not. It's just not. Straight up. Period. No, anyone that argues that, it's not. It's a ripoff of Pocahontas. It's my favorite ripoff of Pocahontas. I enjoy it more than Pocahontas.
Really, I like The Last Samurai better. I don't know if you see The Last Samurai.
The Last Samurai is very good as well.
Yeah.
But I don't let my hate for Tom Cruise pulls that down a little bit more.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, a lot of people think The Last Samurai means that Tom Cruise is playing The Last Samurai. For those of you who haven't seen it, he doesn't play he meets The Last Samurai. That's what the story is. It's really good. And Fern Gully, I don't know if you ever saw Fern Gully. It was like one of those.
He's been trying to tell me about this for weeks, and I keep it's kind of like you said when I asked you about, you know, can we put with Austin at the beginning of the show, you know, a couple months back, and you were like, yeah, great idea.
Fern Gully.
Every time Bradley tells me about Fern Gully, I'm you know, I'm like, oh yeah, no, that sounds great. I'll check it out. And then I just hope he never brings it up again. But
I don't even know if you can find it anymore. Are we off the air?
There's no possible way.
Oh, maybe it's my TV because I had us play.
Yeah, we're live. We're live. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I agree. Avatar is the least original movie Cameron has ever done. I agree. Again, but what he did with that movie, how it was made, the technology, everything like that.
I give props to that. Yeah.
You know, he gets that. He gets that. Don't encourage him, Benson's. Don't encourage him. He hasn't had his coffee or something, or he woke up on the wrong side. He's coming at me early. I don't know what. He's been aggressive for the last couple of days. I don't know what to do.
Bradley has?
Yeah, I don't know. It's you know.
Check your private chat.
What? No, it's not like. Well, I don't.
No.
Let's see. The technology is cool, but it's a trash movie. Jesus Christ. I mean,
I've only seen it twice. I watched it in theaters, and then I saw it again. I showed it to my dad, and that was it. It's not as story-wise. It's not as good as I think as Cameron's other movies, including Titanic, even True Lies, which is one of Cameron's. It was a huge blockbuster film. True Lies was a great movie because they really didn't use CGI in it. It's a great Schwarzenegger, James Cameron meet, and Jamie Lee Curtis is great in it, but it kind of gets lost amongst Terminator 1 and 2 and Aliens. But I have a feeling it's possible that whatever happened, because we already got the Fern Gully story out of the way. What is Avatar 2 going to be? It could be better. It could be, you know, the sequel that has an original story. I mean, Cameron's been working on it for so many years. It could bomb. And by bomb, I don't mean it doesn't make $1 billion. I'm saying it doesn't make $2 billion.
I don't think it's going to make $2 billion. Absolutely not. No. Well, actually, now that I think about it, hold on.
It depends on the marketing and stuff.
Wait a second. I mean, look, this is what you have to think about, right? So Avatar 2 is going to basically do the same thing that Avatar 1 did, in that it's going to change the way filmmaking is done. I've been saying this the last couple of days. When you guys see the underwater scenes in Avatar 2, James Wan and Jason Momoa are going to be shaking in their pants.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be like, oh my God. They shat on 2 films that we did. Because these guys are doing it CGI, green screen. James Cameron's in the fucking water with a camera with his entire cast.
And I give him props for that. He did it with The Abyss. He did it with Titanic. The guy, tries to do something different. Wait, is that actual footage or an actual picture?
That is no.
That was like PlayStation 2 graphics.
Hold on, Caden, come in here and explain this. Is this real?
Yeah,
this is
the first look at the Avatar.
This is the game.
2.
This is the game.
No,
this can't be the movie.
Yes, because today, James Cameron said that he finished Avatar 4, and then he released this picture, and he kind of said that what Avatar 2 is about. Basically, so they I can't remember the two characters' names. Zoe Saldana and whatever his name is, move to they find another tribe of Navis near the reefs of the island, and they move there. And
I agree,
then,
right?
15 years later, this movie takes 15 years later after the first one, and that's their preteen son.
Okay, this looks like some previs.
Yeah,
concept art. This does not because
it's official.
No, there's. I'm not saying it's not official, but this is not from the. This is not from the movie.
Yeah, it is.
No, this is not finished. There's no way.
Entertainment
trash.
Weekly.
I can honestly tell you that this is trash. Why does this look? This looks like the video game.
I'm gonna look it up. James Cameron opens up about his. Okay, so the photo is on Entertainment Weekly. The date is from today.
But is it concept art or is this previs?
It doesn't say. It's like the title page.
I don't think. Yeah, this cannot be finished CGI.
It is.
There's no way.
I'm going to admit, Austin, it's slightly better when you actually go directly to the page. Sometimes when we take an image and save it and re-upload it, it kind of looks a little grainy, but it looks a lot better on the Entertainment Weekly page.
You can check the private chat too, Jack. But also, let's see. Let's adjust the chat here because let's see. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. It's set underwater. Yes, Avatar 2 will outperform Endgame. I do think that. I agree, Benson's 100%. Avatar 2 will outperform Endgame.
Well, Endgame's the highest grossing film, isn't it? Oh, wait, no. Avatar, they released it in China.
Okay. You know what? It is concept art.
Oh, it is concept art.
Thank you.
Someone just clarified it is concept art.
Thank you, for the love of God.
Okay. Because people are like, oh, the first look new a little bit, and then someone clarified, no, this is the concept art.
I was going to be heartbroken. I was going to be like, James, I defended you, you son of a...
So Anthony Belcher say it looks like crap.
It looks unfinished.
Word, but it is concept art. It's not.
It's concept art.
Because James Cameron, he developed the technology for the Abyss. He would not have been able to make Terminator 2 until he made the Abyss, when he made that water that can move and make faces. And based on that technology, he made Terminator 2, which I still think is might be his best film. And then he didn't start making Avatar until he saw Lord of the Rings. He said, okay, and he saw Gollum. He's like, okay, I can make the technology exists. There's no doubt Avatar 2 will, I know I said I don't think it will make as much as the first one, but we'll see. The hype has to be there because, how long has it been? It's going to be 13 years now since Avatar.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. I like Anthony says James Cameron lost his CGI expert because that shit looks terrible.
Yeah. So it's a video game. But speaking of CGI, I thought the swinging in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 looked better than the Tom Holland films, the CGI, because obviously it's a CGI character moving.
Yeah. There are moments for me that the Garfield films look really animated.
Yeah. Well, I think that's always going to be a problem when you have the CGI character.
Yeah, that's always going to be an issue. Kind of same thing with the Holland stuff. There is, there's a lot of. It feels very animated when he's in the suit and stuff. But I'm not interested in sequel. But I know. It's
I feel like there'll be so much hype. James Cameron will be on Oprah again. Like he always goes on Oprah every time a movie comes out because Oprah's a big fan of his. We'll see.
Hey, Bradley. Most people didn't know the first Avatar was coming out. most people heard Avatar and they were like, "Is this the one with the airbending?" And
Yeah, I remember those jokes. A lot of people were like, "Wait, is this like the Nickelodeon show or whatever?"
You know,
why is blue people in here?
Yeah, I'm just saying that man in marketing.
But again, I saw that on Valentine's Day 2010. Actually,
that man is one of those that also knows how to market his movies when he's in charge. You know, he started the first teaser for Avatar came out a year before the first movie, and that was in 2010. So that wasn't a common thing. That was huge. You know, that was like, what? We're getting a teaser for a movie a year away, and this is what it looks like. What is this? You know, like, he started like that whole thing.
He did it with T2. He made a teaser for T2 a year before he started filming it. And it was just Arnold being, you see like Arnold standing there with like being manufactured, and he opens his eyes and then put teaser.
Go smoke and have your coffee.
That might be true. It might still make a lot of money though, but I'm kind of curious to see it. So speaking of Avatar, Spider-Man No Way Home comes out this weekend.
Speaking of James Cameron,
pictures. Well, these are the old ones, but I uploaded all these pictures, and we are going to talk about. Damn it! There's Peter holding his white phallic symbol in his hand right there. There's Michael Keaton. There he is. I'm Batman. But yeah, you know what? We've got 3 Spider-Man movies in the span of 4 years. 17 was the first one, then 19, then 21. And they had to squeeze it because now poor Tom, you know, he's hitting there. He's 24, 25, which isn't old, but he's starting to not look like a high school student anymore. And my understanding is this picks up right after the second film. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So the second film technically would be 2024. Okay, so it's because all right, yeah, because I know they always have this timeline issues. Like Black Panther came out in 2018, but technically was in 2016 because that's when Civil War happened. You know, they're always these times. So this movie, so technically, Far From Home hasn't happened yet, and No Way Home hasn't happened yet. So they're yet to have happened. But yeah.
We're in the 5 years.
Yeah, we're in the 5 years. Yeah. I mean, so I'm guessing when they found Tony at the beginning of Endgame, that was still 2018. And then 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23. So 23 maybe? I don't know. Depends when Endgame.
23 is fall 2023 was when Endgame happened.
Okay.
And then obviously in the beginning of Far From Home, we heard that like, oh, everyone that was blipped has to restart that year.
Yeah.
And
which
then
is a good way to like explain that they're actually kind of older, but they, you know.
Yeah. And so
so I'm guessing MJ also blipped.
MJ got blipped, Ned got blipped. Like
May got blipped because she says I popped up in someone's apartment.
This just sounds sexual at this point. Hey Jack, did you get blipped last night? Because I got blipped.
Do you remember they originally called it the Decimation? That's what the Russo brothers
the Decimation is the Thanos one, and the blipped one is the Hulk one. So
I thought they were just calling it the blip, like in general. Oh, because the blip sounds stupid. I'll be honest with you. It just sounds
because you blip back.
Yeah, I like the Decimation or the Resurrection would have been good. You know, that'd been kind of nice. But yeah, listen, this movie you're going to see it Thursday. What time? You're doing a show.
So we're doing our pre-shows at 8 p.m. and then we should be like the movie should be starting at 9 p.m. for us. So we'll be getting off like around 8:45.
So that'll be like midnight here on the East Coast.
Yeah, we'll be seeing it. We'll be seeing it pretty late. But hey man, I'm so excited. It's gonna be again. I'm seeing it with people that like love Spider-Man and love like nerd stuff as much as I do, and so I know I'm gonna be. You know, we're gonna be all. I'll be at Aunt Bay. Aunt Bay, Marissa Tomei. But yeah, it's I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I guess I'm saying I went into Shang-Chi with like and I really loved Shang-Chi. I liked it a lot. I would say I loved it. I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it immensely. But one of my questions was, and this is without getting to spoilers, and I wrote this in the description. My worry is that they're going to use cameos, whatever they may be. We know the ones that are confirmed. We don't know about the ones that are not confirmed. as a crutch for good storytelling. That maybe the movie and the story may not be great, and the writing may not be great, but they're expecting you to get caught up in that moment. They're trying to recapture that moment where everyone came through the portals, and that cameos might become the new subverting your expectation. And I also worry about the Flash.
reading
Also,
the
that's gonna be
reviews,
like, oh look, we got Michael Keaton back, we got Ben Affleck back. Yeah,
Right.
and I'm like, well, it's
reading the
story.
reviews, expecting people to say like, oh, the cameos or like some roles were too overpowering that it ruined the story. But like some people are saying, no, it adds more to the MCU Peter Parker story. It adds more depth to his story. So, like pretty much everyone said that like some way, shape, or form, they said, oh, it adds more depth, it adds more story to him, and it shows
Well,
this
people
Peter
saying it's an
Parker
emotional
really is.
roller coaster.
Yeah.
And yes, Anthony, Sam
Can I
Raimi will
Yeah,
never
yeah.
make Spider-Man 4.
Because he has problems with Sony.
Toby will never come back to Sony.
But is there a
Spider-Man.
possibility? I mean, I don't want to explain based on the spoilers you saw for an Amazing Spider-Man 3. Maybe directed. Maybe
I think
Sony
Andrew and Sony have the same relationship as Sam and Sony. Because
Yeah, probably not the
Oh,
best.
really?
yeah,
Probably not the. I mean,
It's-
Andrew's publicly talked about how heartbreaking it was to have
yeah.
the movie interfered with by the studio.
Was the original plan to have Andrew Garfield show up in Civil War, or was it always the
Yeah.
plan that they were going to recast
Well,
Spider-Man?
that was the thing that when the first idea was, okay, let's use Spider-Man. Currently, Andrew was the case, and then when they went and talked to Amy, Kevin was the one that was like, no, we'll recast.
Okay, yeah, because it makes sense. Like, where was Spider-Man during the events of Avengers 1? I guess Amazing Spider-Man came out at the same time as Avengers 1, right? It was like the
Right.
same year, so maybe. Okay. But, yeah, okay.
And first of all, Black Widow is not better. Again,
Oh, Black Widow was
Widow's
all
trash.
Black
Widow is
It's funny
not better than Shang-Chi.
how
Like,
Bradley likes Black Widow but hates Eternals.
again,
It should
I
tell
haven't
you.
seen
It
it.
should tell you
Don't
everything about Bradley. It
That's
should tell you
sus.
everything about.
that's sus,
sus.
people.
That's sus.
That's
That's
sus.
sus. That is
So you would
sus.
say Eternals was better than Black Widow? I haven't seen Eternals yet.
Eternals is definitely
Yes.
better than Black
Oh
Widow.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's some sus, Bradley.
Okay, so Anthony's saying no. Kevin wanted Andrew, and Sony said no. Ah, maybe. But that's interesting
I have to
because I'm
look at it
really
again.
enjoying his Spider-Man. I'm really, again, I saw the original film in 2012, The Amazing Spider-Man, and then I did not see the second film. When I'm watching the second film, like I don't get the hate. I don't get why this was hated by so many people. Again, I saw about an hour left, about an hour and a half into it. This is a 2.5 hour movie, but I'm glad.
No.
Black Widow
No.
is
No.
the greatest MCU movie of all time.
Do I have that?
This is
just
embarrassing.
Now I feel like he's trolling us.
He's trolling me, that's for sure.
Bradley, I think the mercury in that Caesar statue is starting to seep into your brain, my friend. I don't think Black Widow would make my top 30, and there's not even 30 MCU movies out right now.
He's trolling me hard.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
really he's looking.
Did Kane just get my joke like 30 seconds later what I just said?
No.
Actually, no,
you're-
he's not trolling. He's just trying to flirt with me. That's what's happening.
Oh, okay. Oh.
It's his way.
It's his way of flirting with me.
Tyler says about to leave job number 1, head to a restaurant. And okay, all right. I thought he was
Head to the restaurant. Whoa, Tyler be cooking.
Mhm.
That's the new show coming to Pop Culture Corner on weekends. I'll be
Ty
advertising
cooks.
and producing.
You ever seen like Hell's Kitchen?
It will be starring Tyler Roberts, and it's called Ty Be Cooking.
Yeah, and you ever see like Hell's Kitchen and you see Gordon Ramsay cursing? Multiply that by like tenfold.
Right, exactly. It's gonna be. I want you to imagine kitchen nightmares with the slight, heartfeltness and gentleness of the barefoot Contessa. But no.
What? No. Were you not paying attention at all?
It's true. It's true.
No,
Kaden
it's
told
not.
me.
Oh my god. Did you guys not pay attention to at all what I said last night?
Nope.
That one, Carlos is back. Hey, man, how you doing? Tyler cooks. Well, obviously, man. What do you think? He has a house, of course.
No, I didn't. I did not. I was criticizing.
You were
so many
crit?
movies last
Are you
night.
Bradley kid in one of those weird
Bradley? What? I mean, not
Yeah,
Brian,
why is he talking to him? I mean, one
What?
of those polyamorous, you know.
What
I'm
was
sorry,
this?
what?
I said, what are you guys? Are you the three of you in like one of those polyamorous relationships?
What? No.
Whoa. No. It's just,
Whoa.
think of it as Caden is our child.
Oh, okay.
Probably, yes.
He's the
Caden,
son.
I kind of forgot what you look like since you removed the photo, so I've been picturing that.
Caden is the son we never had or wanted. I mean, well, we want him now, but you know what I mean. He was an accident waiting to happen. But
You were, Bradley. You were, though.
Caden is our son.
Right. Really bad. Hi, Billy Baxter.
Caden is biracial, so that explains that. So.
Yeah, it's.
Explain to
I'm assuming Bradley's white based on his photo.
Yeah, and I'd like to make clear it's not adopted; it's biological. He is our biological.
Two parts Austin, 2 parts Bradley.
Yeah, basically, is I carried the pregnancy. We pieced him out of my belly button piece by piece.
I thought you were going to say he's saggy. Okay, because,
No.
You and married to her too, or whatever now?
Well, that's I can't tell Bradley about my secret family. You
Yeah. Cutest family ever.
gotta. Yeah, cute. Yeah.
We must do a family portrait.
Oh god.
And Kane will still not be in there. It'll just be blurred like they do.
Yeah,
like,
we'll have to.
investigation movie.
Like, me and Bradley will be doing like our like Christmas photos or whatever, and we'll just Photoshop Kate into the background.
That will be.
So yeah, Spiderman No Way.
It's like like I need to take a picture with the
Wow.
green blanket.
Bradley's already asking for a divorce, so I guess that's.
What is that? Some kind of Vietnamese noodle?
I'm hurt.
Pho.
The fall. They have a lot of
I love
Vietnamese.
pho.
There's a place here in Vegas, a great Korean place called Fucking Lawn.
Is it like it's pho king?
No, it's Pho Kim Lawn.
Oh,
when you say it, fucking lawn.
There's a place in Lancaster called Tony Wang's. And everyone calls it
Sofa
Tony
king.
Everyone calls it what?
Tony's Wang. It's called Tony Wang's, and everyone calls
Tony
it Tony's Wang. Real place. Very good Chinese food.
There's
If you're ever out in the country.
Called Sofa King.
Oh yeah, Sofa King. Yeah. Sofa King. Awesome. That was like, that's pretty good.
Austin, give Dad some head pats.
Austin drives me a pet pats.
Again, he's just trolling / flirting with me. He gets all the head pats he needs. Trust me.
I got 2 tickets to paradise. Won't you pack your bags and leave today? Are you just quoting the Eddie Money song? Oh, that's like one of my Quizzo songs.
Because he's very excited.
For Quizzo, I'm playing that song. I have to give him some. But are you actually seeing the show tonight or the movie tonight?
No, probably not.
I'm seeing it in.
Caden has to come live with Aunt Rhea.
Yeah, Rhea.
Bradley's being honest.
No, you're not. You're.
Rhea, is that your emoji or is that like a professional wrestler?
That's.
No, I'm not trying to be funny. There's a wrestler.
That's actually like a portrait
drawing of her.
or drawing.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad. I'm just asking. There's a wrestler I know.
Bradley is not being honest, people. He is trying to make me out for something I am not. I'm a very, very good boyfriend. Thank you very much. I give myself Boyfriend of the Year award. Okay, back off.
Hey, I'm my parents' favorite son, so.
Yeah. Well,
aren't you their only son?
I don't know if I can.
I'm their only son, so I'm their favorite son. No matter what I do, I'll always be their favorite son.
No, you know what? I can honestly say my sister is for sure my dad's favorite child.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, you have a sister?
Yeah, I have a sister and I have a brother.
Okay.
I have a fun blended family.
Granted, my family always shows up in cameos like it's a Marvel movie, like, hello. My dad's always yelling at me. I'm like, Dad, what's going on? I'm doing a show. But where'd you put those papers? I'm doing a show. And you just see me muted yelling like off to, off screen.
Right. Let's see. Oh,
I'm
let's see.
surprised he hasn't made a cameo yet.
Anthony has a question for us.
Go
Thoughts
ahead.
on Killmonger coming back for Black Panther 2 and not taking over the Black
Oh,
Panther
let me bring up that article I just saw.
mantle? So I mean,
Wait, yeah.
I'll be
I heard
very honest. I'll be very honest with you, Anthony, because
that was my idea.
I have very little opinion on this. I would want whatever is most respectful and honors the culture and the character the most. That's all I'm gonna say. Is it's such a hard thing, man. I completely agree with people who say, the character can't be defined by a certain actor and always be they have to move on. I do agree. I wouldn't be upset with a recast, but I'm not going to be upset if they, try and figure something else out.
This was my idea. Remember, I said if they hadn't killed Killmonger, the villain of the first movie now has to become king. I told you they watch our show. That was my idea. But he's coming back, and he's not going to be Black Panther.
No, he's not going to be Black Panther. He's going to be in the ancestral plane, basically, like that, and training Shuri, basically.
I heard rumors about Letitia Wright that apparently there have been antics on set. Then there were rumors that she got fired, and they came out and said no, she's not fired.
I have an article on that as well.
Yeah, I've been reading that. I didn't put it in today's agenda, or did I put it in today's agenda? Maybe I did. I don't know.
You never give me the agenda. I got.
I could have worked on it yesterday night. I want to give it because I figured something else might happen. But hey guys, look how good
this is from.
Look how good your what?
Spider-Man looks right there. Look at that. Yeah. I know that. There we go. Cosmic Circus.
Okay, so spoilers for Black Panther 2, if anyone does. It's like minor spoilers. It's not really crazy, honestly. I read the article. Let me go to the part when she talks about. Okay. As you may already guess, since it's obvious next step in passing a irreplaceable lead of man in Chadwick Boseman, T'Challa's little sister Shuri will be the next Black Panther in the MCU. Scenes featuring Black Panther Shuri have already been filmed with their stunt double. This is already done. It hasn't changed. They aren't throwing out previous footage and starting again no matter what may or may not be going behind the scenes with Letitia Wright. I say that as I'm aware of rumors going along claiming that Shuri won't be the next Black Panther and Wakanda Forever, and or there will be multiple Black Panthers in the film. What I know from trusted sources is that it's false. Shuri is the Black Panther in this film, and that's it. It hasn't changed due to any injuries behind the scenes, rumor, drama, or anything else. I already pointed out here how a source might mistaken and the new Dora Milaje suits for other Black Panthers. So maybe those sources did use something partially true, but then jump to conclusions without any puzzle pieces. It happens. In regards to various negative personal behavior rumors about Letitia Wright that have been going around, the Hollywood Reporter just a few days ago shut down those rumors that Wright was calling it quits or had been fired, and confirmed that actress is not going anywhere. And while we're here, Letitia Wright and Black Panther 2 started trending Thursday with some rumors coming in from the lowlands. We did some digging, and sources close to the production say Black Panther 2 is indeed to track to resume production late January in Atlanta with Letitia Wright. Could this have changed very recently and I and THR am just out of the loop? It's possible. What's more likely to me is that the injuries that Wright were far, far worse than anyone knew, and people jumped to conclusions. Basically, the injuries that she had was a foot injury and a concussion. Anyone knew, and people jumped to conclusions, filled in blanks with themselves, started spreading false rumors. This is what I'm hearing from multiple previous reliable sources. She wasn't a problem on set. She hasn't been pushing anti-vax with anyone there, and that
is that the antics they're talking about? Because she said she wasn't going to. Really?
And that she's been pleasant.
Get her on Joe Rogan
when she was there, and she was badly injured. And rumor mongering went into turbo mode. It was also mentioned in the November letter from Kevin Feige, Louis D'Esposito, and Nate Moore, the fact that she was very seriously injured, much more than has been previously disclosed. The injuries were detailed in the letter, and this is similar to what I've heard. Shortly after the incident happened, did not report it. I felt it was inappropriate to report on it at the time. The problem with Letitia has been injuries, not anti-vax or COVID-related, a bad attitude, or anything else. Serious injuries. The letter also reconfirms that Wright will be continuing in the role when they resume production in January. It's very odd to me that I hear from multiple previous reliable sources about her being fine and no problem with her attitude, and that she was nice to people when she was there, and that she was not pushing any anti-vax agendas with anyone on set. Meanwhile, other claims that opposite make it sound like there's a major drama and terrible ongoing behavior on the part of the actress. I'm going to continue to trust my source in the matter, as well as the word from Kevin Feige and company. Linked above. And that is Letitia Wright was seriously injured and had to take significant time away to heal, and that's why she hasn't been back with production. I also believe that, and have heard myself from my own source, that she is expected to return to Georgia in January to continue film her lead role in Black Panther 2. So that's that.
So she has a difficult spot to be in, because look, I enjoyed her in Black Panther and her small bit in Infinity War, but being a sidekick character and then becoming the lead, that's two very different things. Casting a lead in a movie, let alone a superhero movie, because I didn't see anything from her that showed me that she can be a leading role. I don't know if that's controversial or not, because she wasn't cast with the intention of being the leading lady of a major franchise. But she's now going to be the new Black Panther, which I know is consistent with the comics.
I'm going to be the new Black Panther. You know what? Exclusive breaking news.
They should piss off the woke crowd and make Bucky the new Black Panther. Make Bucky
right here on Pop Culture Corner. It's an exclusive. I know Ty loves his scoop, so here you go. I'm playing Black Panther. I'm taking over.
Make Bucky Barnes the new Black Panther. Just piss off all the woke crowd. He's like new king of Africa.
I have been cast. I've been told to keep it a secret for as long as I possibly can. But
so you're flying to Georgia in 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. I'm flying to Georgia. If you can't tell, that's why I've been buffing up a little bit. You know, I'm packing on a little bit of getting those abs. But yeah, look out for me in Black Panther too. It's going to be like Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder.
Bradley, shut up.
You got to do like a really bad like Nigerian accent or something.
I'm not going to get canceled. Not on your show.
Yeah. Do Black Panther. But that movie is going to be a tough thing. Because I'm not saying it can't be good because Ryan Coogler's still doing it. But like,
jeez,
Bradley. Plans and now
wow, Bradley.
Wow.
Thank you. I'm just putting my
Let
head
me tell you something, guys. Bradley woke up and chose violence today. He chose violence. He's coming at me. He's coming at Black Panther now. Poor Black Panther 1 sucks. Come on, dude.
Whoa.
I don't think it sucks. I think it's overrated, but I don't think it sucks.
It's a little overrated, but it's pretty good. Oh my gosh, well that's it. Yeah. That's an interesting.
I gotta say that I thought what's his name was a more interesting villain. Then they killed him off. What's his name?
Claw.
Yeah. What's Claw? Yeah, I thought he was a little bit more interesting than Killmonger. Killmonger had the story.
I wish they did.
He didn't quip, and he actually was a scary villain, which I wish Marvel would look at that movie. You can tell Marvel doesn't want good villains because then they were like, oh, people like Killmonger. I wonder why. I'm like, because he's a good villain. He wasn't making jokes the whole time. He wasn't like, whoopsie daisy. You know, he was actually threatening a character. And what's that line? He says, I want to be like my ancestors who jumped off the boat and rather die. I'm like, damn, that's some intense shit. You know, but you know, I wonder what they're doing with Black Panther 2. The fact that everything's so, you know, they haven't come out and said, yeah, Shuri, like, look, they announced Mahershala Ali's Blade. But like they didn't be like, you know, Shuri, she's our new Black Panther. Is there a female of Panther? Pantheress or just Panther? I guess Panther is gender neutral. It can be male or female. I mean, you have lion and lioness, tiger and tigress.
It's Black Panther.
It's gender neutral.
Oh yeah, listen, there was at the bar I used to do quiz with one guy. He's a douchebag. He was bartender. Like, yeah, Black Panther's a big movie. And if they made a movie called White Panther, they wouldn't let it get made. I was like, I got to stop you for a second. It's not called Black Panther because they're black. It's because their god is a Black Panther.
It's Bast
. They're which are actually Egyptian gods. Their gods are Black Panthers. They're not called Black Panthers because they're black.
They're
Like
African,
African American Panthers. No, they're just called Black Panthers. And he's like, whatever. And I was like, yeah.
And also the Black
that's
Panther.
not why they're called Black Panther, because he's black.
Yeah, it's multiple reasons. It's because in comic and in universe, it's because of the god.
Panther is called a parentheses.
A parentheses. But it's also
Black
like what Stanley and they wanted to honor the Black Panther movement, so they created the Black Panther character.
No, is that true? Because I heard the comic predates the Black Panther movement. It was like the same year, but like the Black Panther got named like a couple of months later. It's apparently just a coincidence. Yeah.
At least I read it somewhere that it was like, because I think it was the Black Panther movement came out, and then 2 months later they wrote a comic and released the comic. I must be getting the two mixed up.
Yeah, because I've already researched that. I wonder if it was connected. I read that the comic predates the by a few months. It predates the naming of the organization. Maybe the organization took the name from that. I don't know. Who knows?
Okay, I don't like the thing with this whole Storm getting married to T'Challa thing.
That's
like I don't really care about that, honestly.
I do. I wanted that.
Not,
that would be cool.
It would have been cool, yeah. But
it's in the comics, so.
Yeah.
Ray says this is why I stay in the house.
Is anyone worried that the MCU might not make as good X-Men movies as X-Men 1, 2, Days of Future Past? What was the one, First Class? Those 4 movies, they were pretty good. I don't know if Marvel will, after hearing about the Eternals, I don't know if they can handle an ensemble.
They don't have to introduce Storm as a Wakandan.
I'll just put my hand back up here because I have a headrest. Before I'd be like sitting like this the whole time with my back killing me and leaning up. This is how I usually sit. I game like this sometimes.
Okay. I'll say this: that the whole thing with this whole Storm thing, where I remember when Michaela Cole was casted in Black Panther 2, and it was like Storm. Like I was just like, no, like not every black actress that's casted in Black Panther 2 or in any of these things that resemble Storm is going to be Storm.
Yeah, they need to get a Nigerian actress for Storm from Nigeria. They do. Have the long facial features. I don't want a black actress from like America. I want one from. They have actors in Africa. Get one from Nigeria. Storm has specific bone features that are I believe it's Nigeria. If you ever look at women from Africa, from different parts, whether it's Ghana, whether it's Somalia, they all have different facial features. I want a Nigerian actress from Nigeria to play Storm. Don't get me an American girl. Get me Storm, an African actress.
Or get a first generation American whose parents are from Nigeria, because that's what Oro is.
Again,
also,
or do what anyone does, but they don't know who to cast. Cast Idris Elba.
Again, I didn't.
Storm, yes.
A secret.
Idris Elba as Black Panther.
My conversations with Feige have exceeded in the past couple minutes, and I will be doubling for the role of T'Challa and Storm in the film Black Panther 2, much like Eddie Murphy did in Norbit and the Dr. Dolittle films.
I really wish I could be doing this right now.
Sorry. Exactly. I will be doubling as both characters.
So you'll be making love to yourself.
Yes, that's exactly right, Caden. And it takes an actor who who just is confident enough to step into that. Look at Paul Bettany and what he was able to do with himself in a couple minutes on live television.
What?
Are we laughing at the same thing?
Yes.
But that must be a Three Musketeers reboot.
And I can also confirm I am starring in James Cameron's Three Musketeers reboot.
Yeah.
No.
Austin thinks Three Musketeers is a candy bar and not a book.
I actually will be playing each of the Musketeers.
Oh boy.
First, I just read this as Robert Pattinson was in talks to play Condom Man a few years ago.
Oh yeah, Bradley asked something. Let's go. Bradley said no bias to Bradley because but Bradley asked questions.
Bradley asks too many questions sometimes.
No, shut that down.
Yeah, just because he's
Hey.
I use a super chat, Bradley.
Bradley doesn't exist in super chat.
Bradley text Kate, Austin, can I borrow $10?
No.
Cash out.
Um,
No.
but yeah, when they decide to reboot the MCU, when they decide to reboot the MCU, what character do you guys want to see them do first besides Iron Man? But first, I would say,
Honestly, I think Captain Marvel.
I don't know.
Or Captain Marvel or Captain America. One of those two.
I don't know.
Captain Marvel? You want them to start with Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Ugh. Who hurt you?
No.
I feel like Caden loves Captain Marvel, and it bugs him that I don't like that movie that much. Caden,
I like it.
Benson said, "Calm down."
He's everything I want in a woman, Carol Danvers. She's brusque and off-putting.
Or Thor, Captain Marvel, or Captain America. Those three. One of those three. Because you can set those because those are the three that predate a time period. They both predate Iron Man. Iron Man takes place in the.
Stop bullying Bradley.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to have to take this outside.
Okay.
Dude, I won't have to meet you at the Chuck E. Cheese 5:00 Saturday night. Be there. I'll kick your ass.
You know what? Those of you complaining in the chats, read Austin's hat.
Yeah. Read my forehead.
That's upside down.
Well, it's a
upside down.
Senpai. Do any of you guys take martial arts?
I have.
I don't even know what senpai means.
I have.
Take it.
I have
all
done a year of karate.
I did a year of karate. I did a year.
I did 2 years.
I did a year of stunt training.
So when someone punches you, you know how to fall.
Basically, yeah. I can flip over things. I can. Yeah.
2012, buddy.
Captain,
Wait, you want Bradley to run in 2012? We're on 2024 coming up.
Bradley for president.
Bradley's
first name or his last name? Because Bradley sounds like a last name. Well, it can be Brad can be a first name.
Bradley's a really popular first name.
Yeah, but you hear it as Brad.
Brad.
I know a Brad.
But I feel like Brad is so over. So many Brads.
I know a Brad Lee,
Bradley Lee. His name is Bradley Lee.
No, his first name's Brad and his last name's Lee.
So Bradley. I knew a Robert Roberts the Fourth in high school.
What?
Robert Roberts the Fourth.
That's. I don't even know what you said anymore.
Weird.
Yeah, my first name is Bradley. I hate being called Bradley.
I've always
Caden also sounds like a last name, like John Patrick Caden. Austin Roberts Caden.
Lead him.
Austin Roberts Caden. What?
Yeah, it just sounds like a last name. And I was like, "What's Caden?"
You put three. You put three first names in a name.
Yeah. Whatever. I just
took your first, your middle. And
actually, Roberts is also kind of like a first name. Robert. Well, it's Roberts, and there's Billy Robert, singular.
And Ty Roberts.
Now,
Reed. Right?
Now, Kate, are you related to Richard Reed?
Huh?
What's the name of the guy who's the head of the Fantastic? Is it Reed Richards or Richard Reed?
Reed Richards.
Okay, Reed Richards, and then Richard Reed was a shoe bomber.
What?
Yeah, he's the guy who tried to blow up a plane by putting explosives in his shoes. His name was Richard Reed. And I remember that was funny because it sounded like Reed Richards. And then since that day, I've been mixing up those two names.
Just call me Marvel President Bradley. Dear God, no.
But
oh God.
That's why I call
I'll be scared actually.
Austin Lane for D'Artagnan.
That's the one thing I won't call you.
Your last name is Latham, Bradley Latham.
I think you said it right. Did he say it right?
Yeah, Latham.
Latham? Yep, Latham.
Latham or
Not
Latham.
You guys have so Austin. It's actually Line, right?
It's
Austin Lynn.
It's Lynn.
Lynn. Have you thought about
Austin
changing it to LYNN? Like,
For the basketball player?
yeah, just change it.
I had a teacher in high school that was like, "Oh wow, you must be related to Justin Lean, huh? You're a lean machine. We're gonna call you the lean machine." And I was like,
Oh God.
I'm gonna break your kneecaps.
Named after anyone? That show's already off the rails. Let's get into this. Were you named after anyone, or was it just like a name?
I was named after wow.
Oh, Austin.
Again, people, we now have video evidence. Who's doing the real bullying in the relationship?
Yeah.
I think we can tell.
This was my
I think we can tell.
it's my middle school nickname, and I continue using it.
But no, I was named after my family's from Texas and stuff, and they have a lot of love.
So you were named after Austin, Texas.
I was named after
As
Austin,
was Stone Cold Steve Austin, because he was there. His name's Steve Williams, and they're like, "Oh, we need a new name." He's like, "Where are you from, Austin?" All right, your name is Steve Austin.
I'll take that I was named after Austin, Texas, or Austin Powers. Either one, I'm cool with. Austin, Texas is a college town, and there's a lot of partying and drinking, so that's my type of vibe. But and then also Austin Powers is like one of the funniest movies ever made. So there you go.
Are you surprised they haven't made a fourth one of those? Like, they made 3 of them and then just quit, and I was like, I'm surprised they didn't keep making them. Sir Bradley, no.
Benson's.
You're not going the right way for cheeky Baltical off.
Yeah. Were you named after anyone, or was it just a name your parents liked?
No. Okay, so I was telling this to Austin Bradley last night. It was like, I was going to be named Raiden, but my parents found out that it was a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would have been amazing.
And then,
that would have been amazing.
And then I was named Caden. So
it would be so cool if your name was Raiden, because everyone would be like, "Well, that's not its real name." You're like, "Yeah, it is."
Yeah, it is. I'm the God of Thunder.
Because Raiden is also a Raiden in Metal Gear Solid. There's a character named Raiden. Well, they call it Raiden, but spelled the same. It's like Caden with an R.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
I mean, my last name's Reed, so you can put the R from Reed.
Right, Raiden Reed. See, now Raiden Reed sounds like a porn star.
Raiden Reed. Oh
Raiden Reed, yeah. But then it would be Rayden.
Raiden Reed. Oh my God, yeah.
Oh my God. Imagine that.
That would be
Duran Raiden Reed.
Love to grab a hold of the Reed. Reed can be like a long whatever.
Yeah, my poor name's the Little Leans. It's not so little though.
Everything looks clear on a camera, Austin.
What?
FaceTime. Oh yeah, so Spider-Man's coming out this weekend.
Like, we've gone off the rails like so many times. Oh my God.
True story. That's a picture of Spider-Man and Austin right there.
Yes, that's true. That's
Austin's half white, so that's the half white part.
Actually, that's me and Bradley right there. I am the statue.
No, but you're 5'10", and Bradley's 6'1", so
we don't talk about that.
We know who the bottom is now.
Wow!
Oh
Wow! Jesus Christ!
Oh my God!
I apologize, Brad. I'm just like, they're making all these jokes. I'm like, all right, well, he's 5'10", 6'1".
Dear God!
Wow!
Jeez!
Wow! Jack really went there. He went there.
You know what? You guys. Never mind. Talking about porn-star names and everything. My true story. My ancient ancestor, Sverre Benson, was a Mennonite minister in Berlin. He was painted by Rembrandt, and that painting is still on display in the Berlin Museum. Is that true? Is that true?
Sverre Benson.
Sverre Benson was a Mennonite minister. We have a lot of Mennonites here in Pennsylvania. A lot of Mennonites and Amish.
Sverre Benson was an actor who's 80 years old.
True story, was
Dear
Mr. Berlin. He was
Yeah, I'm looking that up. Severe Benson.
Pay me like one of your French girls. Huh?
Austin.
Oh, they have a lot of stuff showing up. I'm trying to look it up. I'm trying to see if I can find the painting.
I just feel exposed. That's all I'll say. I just feel
Rembrandt,
exposed.
Severe
Benson
was a Mennonite minister.
Every time.
Yeah, so again, we were talking about Spider-Man, I think, and just look at all these because I spent time uploading these. Look at that. Look at all that. Yeah. Just enjoy these photos. Yeah, I can't get over how good Amazing Spider-Man. And again, I haven't finished watching it, but so far I'm liking it a lot. And you know what? Emma Stone is just delightful. Has she done anything since La La Land?
Wasn't Emma Stone just in Cruella?
Can you take me out for a second?
I guess. Yeah, I'm sorry, Bradley. I'm sorry he's depriving you of head pats.
Is head pats like a euphemism for something?
It's literally head pats. It's like where you take your hand and pat your.
I wish you guys could see Austin right now in backstage.
I know.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna bring you back in for like another minute, so I can continue talking about how you're deprived.
Okay, you're seeing it Thursday, right?
Thursday, 4 p.m. PST. The first show.
Wow. So, are you seeing it by yourself or with friends, family?
By myself. All by myself.
I'm taking my mom, my dad. I take blankets, and so basically we're gonna get lunch around 12:30, and then see the 2 p.m. show in IMAX, and they'll probably take a nice nap.
Nice
they nap through Infinity War and Endgame.
While you're cheering, they're like, "Yeah, that's
well, the cheers woke them up. When people start cheering, that's when they would wake up and they're like, "Oh, what's going on? What's going on?" I'm like, "Yep." But yeah, no, they actually stayed awake for Shang-Chi and they enjoyed it a lot. And I'm like, all right, so afternoon shows is the key. Pick an afternoon show. That's what they'll. Austin, we're just gonna keep you on the bottom now.
You're on your bottom.
There we go. How the hell is everyone still watching?
I know, 11, Bradley, I know.
Down to 1. Oh my goodness.
I'll be there with you in spirit.
Oh yeah, Caden, where are you supposed to go? You guys are close. What is it, a 3-4 hour drive?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were told no. I remember the conversation now.
Yes.
Because you have good parents.
Yeah, because you have parents. You're still closer to.
You're like, yep.
Yeah, you're closer to that age where parents can tell you what to do.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I'm Asian.
Wow! I don't even know what This is how
FaceTime calls are now.
I feel naked on stream.
Even though you're not.
I feel Spider-Man's coming out this week, and I'm really excited. Excited? Yeah.
Excited to be on the. Okay, I'm not going to say it. What?
Yeah.
So I guess I want to do some speculation, but that doesn't work. Because like even if I speculate something that's right, Austin could give it away that it's not, like just by a look and not say anything.
I know.
But
that's why Austin has a poker face.
I don't have a poker. I do have a poker face. Yeah, I can. Yeah, you know what? We should play a game. What do you got some time? We should do 3 truths and a lie with the 3 of us.
Oh yeah, Bradley, you're in it too.
Well, remember our families watch this, so.
Really?
I don't know, but you never know. This will be the one episode I decide to watch.
Right? Yeah, they're gonna be like, this is gonna be.
Oh, they're talking about Spider-Man. So let's.
The surprise, Mom. It's gonna be a fun one for you. But no, she doesn't watch, thank God. But yeah.
Oh wait, I tell you, truth or lie. So we tell you 4 things. One of them's a lie.
Right. Or 2. It's 3. Tell you 3 things. 3 things
that are true.
One of the, yeah.
So 3 things. One of them is a lie.
2 are true. One is a lie.
So everyone, we should have 2 minutes.
He's like, I need to smoke this over. I need to.
Yeah, I gotta smoke it. And I don't do drugs. Regular.
No, I know it's in there.
I have to go to Quizzo now. Oh, shucks. It's a shame. We're starting an hour earlier today.
Wow. All right.
He's trying to
not-
back
You know,
out
I
of the
can
two
sense that
truths and a
King
lie.
does not feel comfortable playing this, so we're not gonna.
What? No, I like playing two truths and a lie.
Oh, Caden doesn't have anything sleazy to say.
Oh my god.
'Cause-
Jack,
because-
wait,
because-
hold on. Everybody stop. Wait, hold up, wait a minute. Jack, what about you? What's going on in your life? Do you have what's happening with what's your relationship status?
I can't talk about it because that person watches.
Whoa! Well, my person's in the chat. Come on, just spill little details. Huh?
I can't. I don't want to get that person. You
got some stories. You got some. All right. What about so we don't expose
Okay,
you
two
on
truths and a lie
stream.
now.
All
We
right.
don't expose you on stream. Any past relationship fun stories? Interesting.
What happens if
Have
I
any-
run for office eventually? I'm gonna have
have any ex-girlfriend be stalkers and stuff, or
No, there was one
ex-boyfriends, like
no,
ex-girlfriends?
boyfriend for me. Just one girl tried to. Ooh, I don't know if I should tell the story. No, it's kind of.
Jack, you're the one that you want to get some controversy on the show. I say.
Oh yeah, but not about me, about other people. You know, I'm like Jerry Springer. I just sit there with the microphone, like, all right, no, what are you doing? Touch you. This one time at band camp.
Benson, how?
How long you been seeing him, Jack? You guys see at the gym by the vending machine. I like how he's laughing, Benson. Homophobia is not funny.
This one time at band camp, Bradley. What's this time at band camp? Please tell us.
We don't talk about.
No,
that.
he's quoting American Pie. There's a line. This one time at band camp, I took a flute and stuck it up my.
But for me, there really was this one time at camp. It wasn't band camp because I don't play any instruments, but it was a camp.
It was at camp. That's for sure.
How long have you been seeing it?
I'm asking for permission at the moment before I do anything.
Oh
exposed.
my god.
Dear
That's
God,
what you hear.
that's terrifying.
No, it wasn't that bad. It's just a funny story.
He said, "I'm asking for."
Amber has a revision. I'm like, can I tell this story? So yeah, I'll start with Caden. 3 truths and a lie.
Two
There you
truths
go.
and a lie.
Oh, 2 truths and a lie. Okay. All right. If you guys want to, I don't know.
Wait, I start with mine?
I don't know. We start with Austin. This is his idea.
Oh yeah, Austin, go ahead. you
Okay,
start.
okay, I'll give you 2 truths.
I don't even think mine are that bad.
2 truths and a lie. 2 truths and a lie. Give me a second here. Okay. All right. Here we go. I have been in a movie and worked with Matt Damon. I have been in almost I was in a riot that broke out in Israel and almost died. And let's see, final one. I performed in front of 10,000 people.
So one of them is a lie.
I think I already know which one's a lie.
I performed in front of 10,000 people. Well, no, you know what? Let's just stop. Let's see what the audience says. Let's see.
Yeah.
The other one, I know you've been to Israel, or maybe it would seem like you might have gone to Israel.
Wow. Seem like, what are you trying to insinuate there, Jack?
Well, I know you're devout.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Went to visit Israel.
No.
Like the pilgrimage.
Bradley's like all lies.
I like Benson's. He's like, I'm looking at. Benson's examined the facial expressions and the hand movements, and I like it. I like it. All lies. Well.
Okay,
No.
can I guess which one is a lie now?
No, sorry.
It's the Israel one.
Okay.
because you told me about the Matt Damon one, and you told me about the 10,000 one.
Well, that's not fair.
Oh
Well, you just like ruined the whole game.
So
Oh
it is
my
Data
God.
01.
You're not
Okay.
supposed to say that out loud. You're just supposed to give your answer, Caden. Jesus
And then I'm
Christ.
supposed to give mine.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow. That's like wow. That's like if the movie
I should have gone last.
That's like if the movie just started. They just kill off the main character and the credits start rolling 5 minutes into it.
It's a 5-minute short. Didn't you guys know that?
Wow, that was a fun game.
Jack, your turn.
I'm a published poet. I've been to the Himalayas. I voted for Joe Biden.
Oh my God.
And there, bye bye, audience. Thanks for joining us.
Oh my God.
They're laughing because they know which one is the obvious lie.
It's like we gave it away by.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Now you guys know the answer. All right, Kate, it's your turn.
That gave me a good chuckle.
I was born with 6 fingers on both hands. I was born in the car.
Okay.
I missed a semester of 9th grade.
You weren't born with 6 fingers. That's a lie.
See, I'm inclined to believe the 6-finger one because that might be the reason why he doesn't want to show himself on camera. Because he puts his hands up, you'll just see like an extra finger, and he feels maybe self-conscious about that. So I'm going to go ahead and say you were born in a car.
Jack is right. I was born with 6 fingers, but they cut them off.
That's are you for real?
Yeah.
What?
And I also have a 6th toe that's attached to my pinky toe.
What?
Really?
Yep. I like
Would
it's
it
a
help you
little
run
nail.
better? I'm sorry.
I think so.
It makes you run better. All right, I'm Kevin Feige. I actually secretly love Eternals, and I have 7 sisters.
I know.
I know the truth.
There's 2 lies and 1 truth in there.
Yeah. He switched it.
Wow, this guy.
Bradley.
Bigfoot. Benson is maybe Caden is Bigfoot. Maybe that's why he doesn't show.
That's why no one is able to find me because I'm off camera.
Out in the woods in Washington State.
Right. I'm in my
Oh, I did want to do a trailer reaction. You guys want to do a trailer reaction?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's do a trailer reaction and pull it up.
Let's do a trailer reaction.
I do have it linked in here.
Oh, good.
Boom. I have it. I'm sharing it right now. No, don't play. What's wrong with you?
Hold on. I'm going to share. Wait, you shared it on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Let me go to YouTube. I'll share it.
Wow.
I love you, but I hate Twitter's quality.
Oh.
Yeah, the video always starts like super.
What the hell else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, Squid Games is nominated for the
for a Golden Globe.
Golden Globes. Yeah, I hope it wins, but it won't. I know why.
Golden Globes. Ugh.
Unless Ricky Gervais is hosting, I usually don't care.
I know, right? I do like Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
Yeah,
they're good. But
okay, here we go. So this came out today. This is a trailer. This is a movie that I cannot wait for. It stars the one and the only Nicolas Cage, and it's called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Oh my God, I love you.
Nick Cage.
Nick, you've been living at the Sunset Tower for over a year.
They love having me there.
You owe them $600,000.
Hey, I'm gonna deal with all that, but I'm gonna get this next role. And when I do, all of that changes. Then I'm back.
Not that you went anywhere.
Cage, oh my God, I love you.
Okay, thanks.
He was so good in The Rock.
What about Gone in 60 Seconds?
Have you seen Croods too?
No, I'm 44 years old.
Why would I see Croods too? I've seen Face Off and Con Air.
We got another.
Oh, those are my favorite. Con Air, Face
You
Off,
head
The
to
Rock.
Southern Spain, and to attend a wealthy gentleman's birthday party.
I would never do that.
It's $1 million, Nick.
I'll take it. The guy that owns this house, what's his name?
Javi.
Yeah, Javi.
Mr. Cage.
Excuse me. Is Javi going to want me to,
I'm not sure I understand.
look, if Javi...
I am Javi.
Nick Cage.
Nicolas Cage? That's freaking cool.
I am so happy that you're here.
Is this supposed to be me? It's grotesque. I'll give you 20,000 for it. What have you got there?
Divine inspiration. I'm paranoid.
Let's just get up on the count of 3 and run.
They're coming!
Grab my hand. You're heavier than you look.
I have a very big head.
The big.
Look.
Oh, no. I'll never forget you, Habs.
Turns out we could have just walked around.
Wow, I guess so.
Literally take all my money.
Oh wow.
I
We
know,
should
right?
watch ourselves. Let's do that.
Can we
Look at our
stream?
live stream and just watch
Let's
ourselves.
stream snipe ourselves.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. We got an ad. What's the ad for us? Let's see. Lila Loren.
I know.
Naughty, naughty.
Naughty.
Sorry, guys, skipping the ad.
Yeah, let's see what this looks like.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa.
This is like that scene in Spaceballs. We're watching ourselves. Our viewers.
Like, boom, boom.
Wait, how'd that happen?
Oh my god.
Wait, how's that happening?
This has gone off the rails. Really, I love it.
This is how we need to do every show right now. Like, at the end of
Oh my god.
Enter the Dragon. You know, we're just like, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Enter the Jack verse.
Yeah, that's what it should be. It's just be like 4 versions of me. You know,
I love how the one at the far end is you, and still at the beginning. Oh my gosh, this is great.
What's that thing from Last Jedi where she snaps? And then let's see if that works. There we go. Come on, snap, baby. Snap. Snap. There we go.
It's gonna end up hitting at one point. It's gonna be great.
Oh my god, and then we're gonna see Bradley's comment like
This is lit. It's starting. Okay.
I'm not even high. This is making me trip. I'm just gonna keep doing this until all of them are snapping.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what did you do? How much StreamYard do you have?
oh my god. Oh my god. It looks like a hallway. And then like oh my god.
Come on, I'm trying to get them on. Come on.
What's great is 9 people have stuck around and are still watching this.
Yeah, I know, right? They're like, what is going on?
Oh my god.
There we go. I think I got all of them, almost all of them. Oh my god, look at the delay between the ones toward the end. I haven't even started snapping at those ones yet. There we go.
Like,
Keep
we should just
snapping.
clip this out. We should just clip this out.
Ryan Johnson thought this was a great concept, and Austin agrees. This is probably what Ryan Johnson was doing when I was like, oh, this should be a scene in Rise of Skywalker,
Today's Driving with Jack was actually written by Brian.
Oh my god. But look at the very, very far into it. It's just so hilarious how it keeps on pushing back.
I love Justin Hines. Quality content.
Yes. It's quality content. It's the content that
10 people are watching. We went up a viewer.
There we go. We went up viewers, folks. Welcome to the multiverse.
Right.
Welcome
to our Spider-Man No Way Home multiverse show.
Oh, I gotta do the Inception music.
It keeps going, and it keeps going, never ending.
I'm so glad Tyler's working right now. He's like, what the hell's going on?
He'd be texting you, what is this? Stop playing around.
I'm actually checking my phone one time. There was an incident. He was just so upset. I didn't check my phone. I saw like 20 texts. I'm like, uh-oh.
This is, Bradley, this is the new Matrix.
This is the new Matrix. This is what Matrix 4 is going to be. Matrix Resurrections.
It's like the tunnel of terror scene.
All right,
And,
all right.
Willy
We've
Wonka.
had enough of that.
Oh, no. We should have just kept doing the whole show like that.
It's still on there on the live, so it's great.
I
No,
wonder how.
What did you do? Just kept opening more tabs? How did you do
No,
that?
since we're on stream.
Yeah.
And we're watching ourselves on stream. Then it's gonna show us watching us on stream.
I thought you were doing something like you were
No,
just like
it's just gonna keep on
opening
opening.
Oh. This reminds me of that scene from Spaceballs, which I wish we could watch right now, but we'll get demonetized. And Ty gets upset when our videos are demonetized. But if only you guys would send super chats. But no. How awesome was it that Poindexter Lounge showed up last Thursday? That was so cool because I had some
a lot of fun
topics to talk about. I was like, oh, well, NASDAQ is doing pretty well today.
Well, man, hey, right now, basically all there is,
Yeah, that scene. Pure cinema.
That's what our stream became. And so, we're down to 6 viewers. Everyone left. Guys, you know what? We don't need those 3 people.
We don't need those 3 people. Those 3 people, at least we have Justin, we have Benson, and we have Bradley.
I think Adam and Billy.
Hey, he sent a $1,000 super chat. Thank you, Bradley.
Thank you, Bradley.
It's not like we're gonna see any of that though, but
yeah. Oh, you said it, not me.
Well, no, because it's a fake super chat.
Yes, that's what you meant. Yes,
yeah,
fake super chat. That's what he meant.
Yeah. What do you think I meant, Jack?
No, I don't know what I said. I'm on drugs right now.
You are clearly, because I meant
that again
because it was a fake super chat. We're not going to see a fake.
Yeah, we're not going to see any of it. Yeah, which is true. Yes, of course, because it's fake money. As opposed to Justin's, which we will split 3 ways.
$2. Well, 30% of that.
33 cents. I'll take 34 because my name's in the title.
What's 30%?
It would be 66 cents repeating. 66 cents.
60 cents.
So, well, maybe I'll take $1 and you and Austin get a.
No, that's 60 cents off. So that's 40 cents to split 3 ways. 40 cents to split 3 ways. Hey,
Justin, on your name, the I almost looks like an L at first glance. Like over here, it's more you can tell, but like when I'm looking over here, it says Justin Hlins, HLNDS. But so we were talking about Spider-Man, trying to talk about Spider-Man. I like how this show, which was supposed to be the most structured of all the shows, is now just becoming the Howard Stern show.
The Lollapalooza.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everyone's gonna die.
Austin gets $4.20.
$4.20.
And that'll be the most money he's ever made working for me. But like, so the guy's gonna be at Showcase Saturday. He's gonna have Jeffrey Ford joining him during his review, I believe, and which should be some folks. That's something kind of cool. We have the editor from the film Spider-Man Far From Home. But so Squid Game is nominated for Golden Globe. It's also nominated, I think, for some Emmys. I think I might be making that up, but it won't win.
I honestly don't know anymore.
I'll tell you why it won't win. Hold on. Did you see this? I thought it was good. I like Korean dramas, though. But I thought it was I'm glad that Americans are starting to watch Korean dramas because this one isn't even in my top 10 of Korean dramas I've seen. Their writing blows ours away. It is so much better. And America right now has some good shows. So do the Brits. But and so do the French. They have a really good show I'm watching called Into the Night. But this was good. And while Austin is gone, this was a delightful movie. I don't like musicals. I don't watch musicals. I don't care about the original. But it was a delightful film. The choreography, the music, the acting, the tension. I really enjoyed it. And again, I'm not someone who's into musicals, but it was really well done. They actually had Spanish actors playing, the Puerto Ricans.
Funny thing is, so Grace Randolph just tweeted something about the Flash movie, and
Ty's favorite podcast, YouTuber, sorry.
And the funny thing is, she said some tea, like her personal tea or whatever.
Can you put it? I'll put it up. I'm actually on Twitter at the moment.
And the funny thing is that what she said we've known since July. She just tweeted out something like that. I'm sure people forgot this said in July, but we've known since July. Let's
see. Let's pull it up. What did Grace Randolph say? I'm going to increase the so we can read it a little bit better. There we go. Grace Randolph. Is Hawkeye 5 already out? That comes out today or tomorrow?
Tonight.
Okay. Honor, where are we looking here?
Right there.
Let me say, I hear that hashtag Flash, the Flash, is putting together a new team. Don't ask me who's on it. I'm not going to spoil the first few members. So, is this the
New Justice League?
Okay. So, could that be Batfleck and... Remember someone tweeted that they were all the set of the Flash, and then a cool moment when they saw Batman and Superman talking to each other, and everyone freaked out, and he's like, I stand by what I said. Everyone thought he meant Michael Keaton, then he was like, no, I don't. It wasn't Michael Keaton, and then he deleted the tweet.
No, he was saying no because someone was like, oh, did you mean Supergirl? He's like, no, I meant Henry Cavill, and it's like, oh, but did you mean Batfleck? He's like, no, I meant Keaton. It's like, okay, that's what he was saying.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, we kind of know that.
Yeah. Again, again, she's just sometimes she reiterates stuff that she may think people forgot about, or she steals things from people.
I forgot about it. No, you know what? She's a scooper. She's got to get people. One day when we have thousands of people following us, we will be reiterating stuff. We'll be like, yeah, remember that thing we said yesterday? But
well, it wasn't something that she said. It was something that someone else
said. I don't want to badmouth Grace, because I know her and Zach are tight, and I'm kind of hoping, Can you imagine the reason Zach won't do our show is because we talked to his publicist. Grace Randolph was like, yeah, don't go on those guys' show. Zach did every YouTuber except us. Every YouTuber. Now, granted, we're not as big as the other guys, but come on, Zach. You want to be on our show?
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Hold on, I got. Come on, man. Come on.
I don't have. Can I even add to an overlay?
All right, so I think
let me try that.
I think
let me try to add something. Hold on.
Okay, so I've been given permission to tell my story, but our viewership is pretty much gone.
I mean,
and you know what? I gotta be careful because my sister and my dad are around here.
Ooh,
they are. They are. I'll save the story. I'll save the story for Thursday when we run out of topics. And
I have to. I'm uploading the video to the StreamYard, and then I'm going to share it.
Okay, you're gonna upload the video to the StreamYard. Boy. So let me go a little rant. I have seen a repeating pattern, folks, of Marvel movies. This is going back, but really recently. A new Marvel movie comes out. Everyone says this is the greatest Marvel movie ever made. A few weeks later, no one's talking about it, and we've already have moved on. With the exception of the Eternals, which I think no one's talking about the Eternals. People are still talking about Shang-Chi. So whether you didn't like Shang-Chi or you loved it, people are still talking about it. The movie left an imprint. I guess my biggest worry going into Spider-Man No Way Home is that it will be an adequate story, but they're trying to recapture the moment at the end of Avengers Endgame when everyone showed up. They're trying to get that, that's what they're going for. So they show you Alfred Molina. They show you Willem Dafoe. We know Jamie Foxx is in it, and that the whole movie's just going to be, here's one cameo. But now we have this cameo, and now we have this cameo. And I need them. I know this is going to sound, I'm going to sound hackneyed when I say this, but I need Marvel to cut down on the humor. I'm not saying get rid of the humor. I'm just saying when characters are in strife, they need to cut down the humor. Again, and I pointed this out during the bridge scene in No Way Home, Far From Home. I hate that these titles are so freaking similar. This bridge scene, you literally have the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm, who's like Larry David's roommate or whatever. He's like the African-American teacher. You have the principal, and you have the kids watching the fight like it's on pay-per-view, making jokes about Voltron, about the Transformers. And look, I don't mind those pop culture references, but when the stakes are supposed to be high and you see people dying and you see a big monster from possible alien verse, we obviously know that it's actually Mysterio. I need at moments like that for the humor to be toned down. Again, I'm not saying turn this into, Zack Snyder's Spider-Man. What I am saying is a Spider-Man, he can be quippy and stuff, but there are moments when the danger has to feel palpable. It has to feel real. It has to feel like the hero is not going to win. It has to do it. I know Austin makes fun of that scene where the Thing falls on top of Peter, and Peter's like trying to fight for his life. But that was one moment in Spider-Man Homecoming where I was like, I knew he would survive, but the hero felt in danger. They say this movie has, so Juan Carlos says, I heard that this movie is very serious and has emotional points. I have faith. I know that too, but like, it sometimes gets the feeling sometimes that like when we get any emotion, we call it emotional. Like, I don't know, MJ will have a tear or something. I need them, as goofy as the writing is in the Raimi films, when Doc Ock captures MJ and he's like, I will peel the flesh from her bones. You're like, ooh, god damn, like that's kind of scary, He's really threatened. Of course, we know that he will save the day, but the threat has to feel real. Even Green Goblin, people made fun of his outfit back in 2002 when he's got the rail hair and he's got the kids on the one side, he drops them. I am kind of worried that this movie will have no real threats and it'll just be cameo. Move on to the next film. And they're hoping that the cameos, just like the end of Avengers Endgame, will get us so riled up that we'll realize the fact that there may not have been a great story here. It was just stuff happening. And it's not me being a negative Nancy. It's just that what I've seen from Marvel this past year has shown me that. Say what you will about Ant-Man, that guy who was the villain, I don't remember his name, Yellow Jacket, he was kind of a douchebag. He goes to his daughter's house. Like, obviously it's a comedy, but like there is a little bit of danger there. Now, that guy was a douchebag. There's a scene where he zaps a dude and then flushes him down to a toilet or something. Like, he literally turns him into goo. People will call him a forgettable villain, but he was a douchebag. He was a little bit of a threat. You felt that kind of a threat in the first Ant-Man. Ant-Man 2, I don't know who the villain was. Was it Ghost? Was it Lawrence Fishburne? Was it the guy from The Wire? Not The Wire, from The Shield, whatever. But what works about a good villain is that the villain has to look like he's going to win. Even though we, the audience, know the hero has to win, which means there has to be some kind of loss or something to hit the character. Oh my God, we're up to 9 viewers. See, this is what I wanted the show to be about. But I have no doubt.
Yeah, thanks, Austin.
Yeah, thanks, Austin. I have no doubt that this will be a good movie. But what I do want, this is kind of turning into a Jack attack, is that the stakes are real. I know people, it's fun to pick on Civil War in hindsight, but Civil War really escalated the film. And that last act, I'm talking about from when Tony arrives in Siberia to when he starts watching the tape to the end of the movie, there's only one joke. And the only joke is when he says Tony stank. And that's when Stan Lee delivers the package. Because the Russo brothers knew that, okay, we just had a huge moment, where Cap and Tony had a huge fight, and they're not making up. This movie's not going to end up with them shaking hands. The Avengers are broken, and they knew not to use too much humor in that last ending. Only part is when Stan Lee says Tony stank, and that was smart. You don't want to cut the tension with too much humor. It takes away from the moment. Let me give you another example. The beginning of what's that movie called? Not Rise of Skywalker, the first one, The Force Awakens. You have a pretty cool opening with Kylo Ren coming down, and he's going to kill the priest from The Exorcist. I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he begins interrogating Poe Dameron, he's like, so who should talk? Should I talk? Should you talk? It kind of kills it for me because that dude is supposed to be scary. And right now you just nailed the entrance of him arriving. And then he stops the blaster, you know. And they did it again at the beginning of The Last Jedi when the one guy's calling the Ginger General. He's like, yeah, can you hear me? It's like, yes, can you hear me? Surrender your troops. But can you hear me? What? Can you hear me? Like, I don't mind that humor, but sometimes when you're trying to show that people are in a desperate situation, adding too much humor diminishes the villain and diminishes the story a little bit. The one time it does work, Thanos. When Peter says, I will knock that nutsack of a chin off you, and Thanos just smirks. Why? Because he knows Peter is desperate. Peter's not making fun of Thanos because he's going to take him seriously. He's making fun of Thanos because he's kind of scared because he's about to kill Gamora. You know, that's how you. So I hope that this movie doesn't just have cameos and then makes fun of the. And we kind of saw in the trails, like, what's your name? Otto Octavius. I'm like, oh. Yes, we know these names are funny. But like you don't want the seriousnness of the stakes to be taken away by constant humor. See The Amazing Spider-Man 2, for examples. So I was there. That's my Jack attack. I got the viewership back up. Oh, we got a like. Thank you. We have that one. Carlos says the reviews were saying that Tom Spider-Man Goes Through This movie can be considered as violent. It is violent. I hope so. And again, I want to see. I hope that's true. I hope that's true. And not that I want to see the character go through violence, but as I was saying earlier, what makes Spider-Man is that there's guilt and tragedy. You know, he never becomes rich. He will always be either poor or working class, even when he grows up. There we go. So anyway, you were at Costco. Oh, okay, nice. Costco.
But Bradley brings up a cool question. Did you guys see the Wilmer Valderrama will play Zorro? Brought it up here. Disney adds Wilmer as its new Zorro.
That's Antonio Banderas on the left there. I remember that movie.
Yeah. Disney has been building its filmography on classic intellectual IPs. It had garnered over the last few years. Among them, they've been eyeing a revival of iconic Zorro franchise. The original vigilante inspired by Bob Kane to create Batman is quite the icon since 1919. Mm-hmm. Disney has now set their eyes on reviving the character in the new series, and they found an actor to play the character Wilmer Valderrama. The series is development by Disney TV, which will be a period piece during the Pueblo de Los Angeles, which would eventually become the modern-day LA. It will even adapt a contemporary telenovela style, which will certainly make the series stand out. Valderrama shared its excitement for the new project. Growing up, Zorro was one of the characters that made me as a Latino. I feel like I could be a hero as an adult and a storyteller. I have responsibility in the stories that I help bring to life. To partner with Gary Marsh, the executive producer in Disney, to bring Zorro back into the family after 60 years and being a part of the legacy for other children to know they can be heroes of their own stories is a dream come true. There has been countless adaptations of Masked Vigilante, and he's no stranger to television adaptations. Disney had a series featuring Guy Williams and Tyler Roll.
The titular role
for 2 years. There were even some specials for the magical world of Disney in the 1960s. It'll be interesting to see if the new adaptation of Zorro will also influence include references to the past. So yeah.
Okay. All right.
They found their Zorro, and we also have the Robert Rodriguez, Sofia Vergara, NBC.
Vergara. Poor Caden and these names.
I know.
Dennis Quaid. I'm like Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
This is one with the Hawkeye. So one of the reasons I decided to make this show kind of the Spider-Man focused one, because I know Hawkeye's going to come tonight, and I maybe think because remember, Caden, you and Austin were talking about how this episode will coincide with the release of the movie, that maybe something major happens tonight. We don't know. We can have our fingers crossed. We can assume. We can guess. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think Kingpin shows up tonight? I mean, I know it's. Look, rumors are about Matt Murdock Friday. I keep forgetting about that. That's one I'm more excited about, even more than Andrew and Toby, maybe. But we see Matt Murdock Friday. Do we see Kingpin tonight?
I see them back to back.
I
was saying I see them back to back. I see Kingpin tonight / tomorrow, and then I see.
Wait,
Charlie
does it come out at midnight your time or my time?
My time.
Crap! In the morning.
Well, like 11:50 my time, so that will be like 2:50 your time.
Yeah, I'll be fast asleep at that point. But yeah, I mean, again, Juan Carlos, I don't know if you heard what I said. I'm also kind of worried about them introducing Kingpin in this type of story, which is very much a family-friendly Marvel Christmas Home Alone type film. I don't want Kate Bishop to make jokes at Kingpin while she's kicking the crap out of him. It'll kind of diminish the. I know that Kate.
No,
you were saying,
well, the thing about Kate Bishop that we like what we've seen so far is pretty comic accurate, and also like Kate Bishop when she's fighting someone, even like.
Did you hear about the rumor? The guy who wrote the comic apparently is saying that he wants royalties or something. The guy who wrote that comic. This is very much based
Matt
off.
Fraction. Yeah.
Yeah, is that what his name is? I don't know. Who wrote that?
Matt Fraction. Well, Matt Fraction is a consulting producer. The person that's asking for royalties is the artist. David Aja, because he's the one, because his art is the one that inspires the opening credits and the end credits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll watch Hawkeye tomorrow morning then. Well, I maybe have to go to a funeral tomorrow. I don't know. To see.
You have a funeral tomorrow?
Nah, I'm gonna try to make it. A cop friend of mine, his daughter was killed in a car accident. Someone was speeding.
Oh, yeah, you told me this.
Yeah, so the funeral's tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to at least go to that. But I have to put my suit on. I have to like iron it and press it. So, but yeah, let's end on that note.
On that sad note.
Yeah, that note. Listen, I'm really excited about this movie. I know. I can't wait for Friday to get here. I haven't felt excited about Marvel in a long time. At least like this since maybe Endgame. If the reviews are not trying to score seeds for the next review and are actually being honest, as that one Carlos was saying, then I think we're going to be in for a special treat. J. Jonah Jameson's going to have a bigger role. We know he's going to be in it. So
let me check. I don't want to see the check. Oh, it went down to 97%.
But still, that's still pretty good. It's going to be that one.
I'm just saying, like it like with 78 reviews and just now went down to some.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see this dropping. Like, I don't see it like going to like 50 or anything.
No,
but they're going to be those idiots who. But I'm kind of curious to see what the negative reviews say.
One of them said it's now Toronto says the latest labored movie. And Tom Holland's up to this point. Winning iteration of Web Slingers, all about webbing characters do multiverse magic from the previous iterations of the. That sentence sounds so weird.
And I'm reading someone from Now Toronto. This latest labored movie in Tom Holland. That's what you're reading. Yeah. Okay. From previous iterations, deliver. See, that's what I'm worried. Is it just going to be dopamine hits, and that could still be fun, the same way the F9 is fun. This is from the United Press International. Fred Topol. No Way Home should have focused on making new viewers fall in love with the characters so they want to discover their previous movies. Some poignant moments show what could have been. Okay. Maybe they're saying they're hitting the nostalgia button too hard, but that's it. Those are the only two I can find. Maybe there are more, but yeah, it's 78 reviews. So yeah, but I mean, still 97%. I mean, that's still pretty phenomenal. Yeah. So, all right, guys, listen, I know I joke about the super chats, but please use the super chats. It really does help us in the future. You know me, I'm going to answer your questions regardless, but I want to thank Justin Hines for his $2 super chats. It's much appreciated. That money goes to help us pay for StreamYard and all these graphics and stuff like that. So stay tuned. We'll be back on Thursday. We're going to talk about Hawkeye, and we're definitely going to be talking more I mean, Austin's going to be going crazy because he'll be a few hours away from seeing it. He's going to do a live show. Then on Saturday, we're going to have Jeffrey Ford, the editor of Spider-Man No Way Home, joining us during a live review from Showcase Cinema Deluxe. Folks, I'm glad that I don't have to tell you to watch this in theaters and don't go to see it on Disney Plus. It's not going to be on Disney Plus. It is important to support your local theaters.
I think.
Thank you, Bradley, and thank you for the virtual hug.
I love you, Bradley.
But
I
I like you, Bradley. I don't love you. Caden loves you. Me,
but yeah,
I do
like
appreciate all your
I think
support.
Tim
And our
Rothman. And funny thing is, Paul Thomas Anderson said that he thinks that this movie would save cinemas. And Paul Thomas Anderson, unlike some directors, is it actually somewhat praises these movies.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, it looks like Marvel, DC is what's going to save it. And look, in a week, I think Matrix comes out next weekend or a weekend after. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
not gonna save cinemas.
That's
it's because it's going on HBO Max.
it's
Literally.
going on HBO Max. Again, that's a movie you should see in IMAX. I'm waiting for the reviews. I'm probably going to go see it with my sister or someone. But I'm really excited about seeing The Matrix also, if only for the visual spectacle of seeing a film in IMAX. And the Wachowski sisters are
Did
going
you see how like Keanu Reeves was in this, like him and the girl who plays Trinity were in like this interview, was sitting on it was like this white room with this white couch, and this dude was sitting on the white chair, and Keanu Reeves was saying like, oh, like Warner Brothers dropped the ball 15 years ago, and they're still kind of dropping the ball now.
Oh wow!
And so like I was like, oh, okay,
wow. Well, he's got John Wick to fall back on. John Wick 4 is coming, so
yeah. I think he's more excited for John Wick 4 than he is about Matrix.
Yeah. I wonder if this is a standalone movie or if this is going to set up a new.
Hopefully, it doesn't set up anything, because honestly, Matrix, this movie should have came out like you said, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Or if not ever. It's one of those things where I feel like it's either too late or it should not have been done.
Or it might be surprising. It might just surprise us. You never know.
What I heard about the synopsis, it's meta and to the point where it's cringy.
That's a shame. I have a sneaking suspicion that Neo isn't actually Neo, because there's a part in the trailer where he touches his face and it turns into someone else. I'm like, oh, I hope they don't go into that. I hope they don't go with the whole, that's not Neo. It's actually a guy named Bob. Or
no,
something.
It's not that. It's more like something like where a certain agency is keeping him that age for a reason. And it's a stupid reason. It's stupid, and I don't like it.
All right. Well, folks, sorry you had to dip. Much love. Also, Jack is hot. That's what I read.
No, that says Caden's hot.
No, it says Caden's hot. There we go.
Yeah, that says also Caden's hot. Thank you, Austin. I know.
Thank you, Benson. Let's be honest. The first Matrix movie and the second. I have not finished the second one because I was halfway through and I was just like, But did you guys see that Matrix video game on the Unreal Engine? It's pretty crazy.
It looks so real.
Yeah, it looks really real. Jack Pierre has been asking me why I haven't been live streaming video games, just because I play single player all the time. Right now, I'm playing Persona 4, which came out in 2008.
Did you see that they announced that Persona 4 is like coming to have an arena style now?
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because Persona 5 I love. I haven't finished it because it's a long game. I don't want to leave that universe. Like, I know I'm near the end. I'm like, I don't want to finish this. But all right, guys. Thank you.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, Persona games are right up my alley. And the character's named after me.
Joker, Jack.
Because you can name your own character in that. Like Joker's.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like, he'll say Sheriff-san. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the support. Ty and Austin, me and Caden, we all appreciate it. Saggy and Meta.
Yeah.
Yes, Meta. We all appreciate your support. We thank you for being here. And remember, we'll be back Thursday because we do it for you and we do it for the culture.
Bye.